Alright, what is up everybody? It's Lids, and we are back for some more Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, taking requests from you all in chat, so let us know if there's anything you want to see in terms of the characters we choose, weapons, arenas, or even arenas? Arenas or even arenas? Enemies! That's the word I'm looking for. There we go. Anyways, so, I'm excited to get started today. Let me hop into Discord here before we get started in full. And, let's see. Let us see. There we are. And, of course, I will be joined by my esteemed co-host of sorts, Mr. Duskmantle. Hello, Dusk. How are you?
Hey, good.
How you been?
I'm doing alright.
Okay. Well. Let's, why don't I get ourselves into a new lobby here?
Yeah, let me. Oh, I've got like so many. We tried so many different builds last week, and now I'm just like, there's so many things that there's so many things that I want to play again, but there's also so many things that I want to play for the first time.
well, let's just say I do have a couple of ideas for today that we could potentially do. So I want to run those past you in just a minute here,
Okay.
but just want to chat, let you guys know that at the moment at least, it's of course just Dusk and myself, but we do have a couple of spots here available. So if anyone wants to hop in, let us know. Otherwise, we'll just fill those in with randos. But yeah, so I had a couple of ideas here for things that we could potentially do today. One of them, is I'll start with the less extreme of the two. So
Okay.
the first of the two would just be, similar to what we did last week, breaking out some new characters. And at least in my case, I really want to finally start with some of the more ambitious characters that I feel like every week I'm like, oh man, I want to play this character, but I don't know how to play them. But I feel like I want to finally make a move. And so that would
So
be
you're telling me that it's Silver Cabal Vanguard time?
Cabal Vanguard and Awakened Collector. Those are
Yeah,
the
yeah.
two in particular that come to mind. So that's one thing that I was thinking about, was going that route. And then of course, I believe at the end of the previous stream, just unlocked the final character for me, which was the Batarian Soldier. So I would
Yeah.
certainly not be against breaking out some of the new characters as well. So that, I'd say, is the more simple, straightforward approach. So I'd be up for that, just similar to what we did last week, trying out some new characters.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I have an idea to follow up on your idea.
Okay. So
So, what if for the first one, I go Cabal, you go Collector,
okay.
and then we swap.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
we both get both, and also I can also play Cabal Vanguard for a minute to tell you more about it because I don't play Cabal Vanguard that much. So
Okay. I'm down for that. And then, should I tell you what the other one? I mean, that's just a couple of matches, right? Let me just say the other more ambitious idea is one that perhaps takes a little bit longer over the course of several rounds to actually pull off. So I don't know if I should reveal the secret sauce right now, or if we should wait until after we've tried this stuff out with the Cabal and the Collector. I don't know. How much are you feeling like you want to build the suspense?
I'm cool with the suspense. I'm gonna have to focus on making a Cabal build. I have one right now, but I don't remember why I've spec'd anything in the way that I have, so I might be
Okay.
rehashing it.
Okay. Well, let's just say I wouldn't worry too much about rehashing it at this stage. You might just keep it the way it is for now if you'd like.
Maybe, yeah. I'm thinking, well, because if I do anything, I would just be doing something real quick.
Uh huh.
Um,
I won't say
clearly, okay,
anymore.
yeah. It's set up as a melee build, kind
Oh.
of, but only kind of.
Okay.
The thing that I was mainly thinking of was just like shifting it to a Nightshade Blades, like we're gonna do the type build.
Oh,
which is like
wait,
another reaction.
does the Cabal actually have an ability that counts as a grenade?
Yeah, Nightshade Blades
It
is
does
a
count.
grenade.
Okay.
Nightshade Blades is basically the Battalion Soldier's ballistic blades, but poison. And it
Okay.
uses grenades, whereas the Battalion Soldier ballistic blades uses cooldown.
Hmm. Interesting. I did not know that. Then again, I know next to nothing about the Cabal, and that's part of the reason why I want to finally get the chance to play it.
Yeah, I think I'll probably, since we're on Silver, I'll probably just stick with this kind of. This is kind of like it's a little bit of a hybridy melee build because it's still got 5 in Poison Strike and Nightshade Blades, so it's like, it's kind of like hybrid power melee a little bit. I think melee is still its plan A, but let me see here.
All right, then while you're doing that, I will start at least making the visuals on my collector here. And okay, I have an idea for what I want to do here. Not sure if I can pull it off though. Maybe easier said than done. How extreme is the highlight color? Not that extreme at all, really. Secondary color. Okay, okay. Now we're getting somewhere here. Getting somewhere here. Dark. Kinda like this. Might even be the inverse, to tell you the truth. Hold on. Hold on. I have an idea. I have an idea. Oh, this is just the highlight.
Oh,
This is
are you doing your deployment?
Yeah, yes, I quite literally never played this character before. Never even deployed him, so it's all new. All new for me here. Look at this. Look. The colors just aren't quite there. Alright, back to this plan. What do we have? I think that might be the closest we can get to it. Is the pattern? Ooh. Ooh. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Maybe this? Oh, and I should remember what color we're going for here. Let's say it's even be like a pinkish purple or orange. I don't recall, but anyways.
Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm watching stream now, and I'm trying to decode what you're doing.
Well, I mean, the title is gonna the character name is gonna absolutely give it away. I'm not sure it's gonna fit, but no, it doesn't.
Oh, I got you. Okay,
Not quite. That might have to do.
I think direct control is good. Just first
Direct
name,
control might be enough.
last name control.
Okay, okay, and we could probably fit it in space here as well. Okay, there we go. Good old-fashioned ME2 throwback right there. Alright, so now for the important stuff, the powers. So, like I said, I know absolutely nothing about this character or the Cabal. I think on occasion we've spoken about it briefly when I've been saying, man, I really want to play this character, but I have no idea how to do it. But, I can't say that I've made much progress since then. So we have Dark Sphere, Seeker Swarm, and Dark Channel. And those are all pretty big. But I thought I remembered you saying something about how you had deliberately dropped one of them altogether in order to just focus on 2 of them?
So, my opinion on the Awakened Collector Adept is that it's honestly got too much stuff going on. Because it's just like it's to the point where like Ascension Stance is a thing that you have to activate, and like it has a long animation. Seeker Swarm, if you want to activate, has an incredibly long cooldown. Dark Sphere has an incredibly long cooldown. Dark Channel, you have to worry about keeping up. It's like if you try to do all of it at once, it's not even like a matter of like skill and being able to stay on top of everything at once. It's just like literally in terms of animations, you really can't do it all at once effectively. So
Adrenaline module.
what I do
Quick
Oh,
question.
sorry.
Adrenaline module
Yeah.
does not actually speed up the animation speed, does it, by any chance?
I don't think so, but I've never thought about it.
It's like, is that potentially a way to work around that problem? I
No,
doubt
I
it.
think it's just no, I think it's just the move speed, but
Uh,
that would be hilarious.
build only viable with Adrenaline Module 3.
You get an adrenaline mod for you just get like a 10 frame Ascension Stance. Like
Zoom! Well, anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
no, you're good. But yeah, so for me, I drop Secret Swarm, because Secret Swarm is basically if you do end up using it, it's your main detonator.
Okay.
Kind of the issue is that the Collector Adept's Biotic Explosions are not particularly powerful. They're not as powerful as almost any other classes, because almost any other Biotic class that like does Biotic Explosions has either Throw or Warp.
Mm-hmm.
And those both have the Detonate evolution that makes Biotic combos do more damage, 50%. And this does not have that. So you can set off a decent number of Biotic Explosions sometimes, but you have to deal with a very long cooldown to do so, and the Biotic combos do not do that much damage, which is why I choose to drop Secret Swarm.
So,
However,
I was just gonna say then,
yeah,
what is the
yeah,
use
yeah.
case for Secret Swarm? Like, why do people take it then?
Well, Secret Swarm, it's still like you can still lean into biotic combos and still like do your damage that way. It's just kind of a different way to build the character. And you do also the big like really useful thing that you get out of Secret Swarm is basically the combination between rank 5 and 6, where rank 5 you can get damage reduction for each active Secret Swarm you have, and rank 6 you can carry one additional Secret Swarm. So you can just have 40% damage reduction passively and
Oh,
just literally never throw them.
interesting.
So that's a thing that you can do, and that's especially good. If you wanted to like, I could see an alternate version of this build where maybe if you're like super focused on. Maybe if you're super focused on mobbing, you just like drop Dark Channel and take Secret Swarm instead. You have a max like fitness build, which means you're getting a lot of mileage out of your damage reduction from your Secret Swarms,
Mm-hmm.
because you have a ton of hit points. Um, and yeah, like I could see it going that way as well. Dark Channel is super good boss damage, so that's like what you would be giving up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know that you could drop Dark Sphere. I think Dark Sphere is too good to drop because if you are gonna use Secret Swarm, then you want to have Dark Sphere because Dark Sphere can prime a bunch of stuff at once.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're using Secret Swarm and actually tossing it out, you probably want to be, tossing it at things that you have Dark Sphere in order to get Biotic Explosions. Because with Dark Channel, you're only going to be able to chuck one and get one, whereas Dark Sphere primes a bunch of stuff at once.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is interesting. Looking at Darksphere here, it looks like, just from glancing at it, that sure, the Awakened Collector may not have any super detonation or abilities that do the detonation particularly well, but it looks like Darksphere has additional detonation damage. Is that right? It's like a good,
Oh, that's
particularly good primer.
well, when it says detonation damage, so the power, you hit the button to
Mm-hmm.
chuck it out, and once it's out, it just stays there. And then while it is out, you can hit the button again to detonate it, and that's what
Okay,
sets off the cooldown.
I
It's
see.
it's kind of like Singularity detonating with that like rank 6 evolution that makes it blow up when the field dies. It's kind
Okay.
of a similar thing, but you do it on demand.
Okay.
And it's
Hmm.
also a huge radius.
5 meters, and then can you make that
You
bigger
can,
to
yeah,
7? You
you
can.
can. Yeah, out of rank 4 and 6, you
Oh
can
man,
increase it through each of those. So you can get it to 9 meters.
that's pretty huge. That's like grenade territory, big grenade territory.
That's Quarry and Art Grenade territory.
Yeah,
Because those are what? Those were 8, yeah?
might even been
Because
9.
yeah. I think it was 8 at base. Because yeah, N7 Demolisher was 6 at base, but then the Quarry ones were 8. And then I
Base?
think
What?
I'm pretty sure there's a an upgrade you can get for the radius on them, but and that's really what buffs it to 9. But
Okay.
yeah, so Dark Sphere can be if you just spec it out for like basically that's what I do is I use Dark Sphere for mobbing, so I just spec it out for insane radius. It still does 1800 damage before my other like power damage buffs of like what's on my weapon and in my kit and everything, which means it's doing enough to kill average mobs.
Mm-hmm.
And it does that over 9 meters.
Yeah.
Um, so I just use that for the mobbing and then use Dark Channel for my boss damage.
Hmm.
And just am pretty tanky because I have max fitness too. And Collector's already got decent starting HP.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, build is just kind of nice, but it's not the only way to build it.
Hmm. Yeah. Let's see. So you either go Dark Sphere and then the Dark as your random mob damage and detonate and do boss damage with Dark Channel, or Seeker Swarm is basically in many ways your alternative Dark Channel because those are your two detonators. But
Oh, Dark Channel does not
oh,
detonate.
Dark Channel does not detonate. No.
No, yeah. Dark Sphere and Dark Channel are both primaries. I'm trying to remember if Dark Sphere detonation can also set off biotic
Yeah, because then
explosions. I
how
don't
do
remember
you
off the
even
top of
detonate
my
at all
head.
in that case if you're going Dark Sphere plus Dark Channel?
You don't need to. Dark Sphere and Dark Channel both do enough damage that you don't rely on biotic explosions for your damage.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Interesting. I'm just looking at the passive abilities here. Anything of particular interest here? 2.5% weapon damage. Oh boy. Gotta love
Massive.
it.
Absolutely incredible.
No, thank you. I assume it's mostly power damage you're looking for here. So do you usually go then basically 6, 0, 6, 6, 6?
Yep, that's what I've got set up, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. I mean it looks like there's so much you can do that it's hard
Yeah.
to commit to one thing over the other.
It is, yeah. And that's like to me that's the thing about Collector's Adept is like I don't think it's really worth it to try to play the middle ground much and try to use everything at once. You just kind of have to dedicate in one way or another.
Uh-huh. With Seeker Swarm. So if you don't send them out, and they're just around you, you get the damage protection. But if you
Mhm.
get close to people, does it still deal any damage to them, or is it just purely
uh
defensive at that stage?
no, not as far as I know. I'm pretty sure only the projectile does damage.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that makes me feel like I mean, unless you are really committed to making Seeker Swarm just be, I mean, 40% damage reduction is obviously a ton. But then let's just play this one out here. If you do that, presumably you go all fitness, or I mean, let's see. Also, what is the deal with this Ascension Stance stuff?
It's weird. I'll be honest. I don't use it that much because I have so it does a few things. So you can activate Ascension Stance. There's an animation to do it. It's a bit of a long animation. It's not horribly long, but um and basically you will take more damage while also doing more damage, and your powers also recharge a little bit faster. Um,
Hmm.
you can really deck out um Ascension Stance a lot to make it do a lot of stuff. I haven't. I've just gone big on fitness. um,
And so that would be in the fitness tree
yeah,
instead
because
of going for the survivability.
that's the thing is it makes you if you actually want to use Ascension Stance a lot, it does kind of make you like kind of insanely squishy because you for multiple reasons. One is that of course you have to take the Ascension Stance upgrades in lieu of health and shield upgrades. So you're
Yeah.
like losing out on those. You're getting you're taking more damage from everything also because of Ascension Stance.
Right.
Uh, and you have to do the animation for the Ascension Stance to come online, and then it lasts 45 seconds, and then eventually I'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
Um, so I just keep it mad simple and just go all bottom and just like don't use Ascension Stance basically.
Uh-huh.
Because because like basically the build is optimized for silver and gold, where the Dark Sphere is doing enough damage over a big enough radius that it mobs like crazy, and like Dark Channel just does the boss damage that you want.
Hmm.
And then you can just like you can do all your damage from a super insane range. You're really tanky. Um, yeah, because like you can even like with Dark Sphere, you can do the damage around corners, which is fun. Um, but yeah, so like that's kind of the way that I set it up. If you wanted to run it for a more like pure damage build, you could go for the Ascension Stance. You would just have to play pretty careful.
Yeah, and it seems like Ascension Stance for the cooldown reduction might be the way to go if you were really ambitious and you tried to do all the different abilities up top rather than skipping one of them. I mean, still the problem of the actual animation times taking a long time to complete. That might just help you, you know. Does it also give duration of the abilities, or is it just cooldown reduction? Charge speed, damage, recharge speed. Not sure if it's necessarily the recharge. Well, I guess I don't know. But I guess there's potentially some synergies there to just go an all out power build and being super squishy if you go Ascension Stance. But that's perhaps a little too ambitious for myself since I am just starting out with this character, just figuring him out. So I think I'll probably go with what you have planned here. But it is an interesting theory to see how you could build out this character. So, anyways, let's go for it. So Dark Sphere. So you're saying this goes up to 6, and so obviously we'll take 2 and 3, but then in terms of do you ever even detonate the Dark Sphere, or do you just keep this thing going all the time?
You detonate it because the damage over time is actually not that much damage.
Okay.
Um, because so the damage over time initially you look at the number and it looks like a lot, but then you realize that that's the entirety of the damage over time. That's not like if that was the damage per second, it'd be nuts, obviously. But
Oh,
like
you're right. That's not per second. That's over time.
no, yeah, that
I
is the
see what you
total
mean.
damage of the DOT effect.
Wow. No,
Yeah,
okay. Now I see what you're
yeah,
saying. This is substantially less damage than I would have thought.
yeah,
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so the detonation is where your big damage comes from. Um, and actually, okay, what do we? Sorry, I'm
Use
laughing.
damage and damage over
um,
time.
but yeah, for my dark sphere, I just go triple bottom to just absolutely uh rank out the radius.
Okay.
Because like that's the okay. So we'll rank 4. Um, the detonation damage is not bad if you like because like more damage is always better even if you're already killing like normal jobber enemies with your dark sphere. It's like, oh, it does a little more damage to heavier things, and that's nice. I just like the radius more, and also the other thing that it increases is the damage over time, which to me is like small enough to be inconsequential.
Hmm.
um and then rank 5, I don't think you ever take the top one, if I'm gonna be honest with you, because the thing is, in increasing the duration by 40%, it
Actually reduces
also
the damage over time.
it decreases your DPS
Yeah.
because your damage over time is getting spread over the longer duration. And it
Exactly.
also
Yeah.
increases the damage to like compensate for that, but it's like that's still like so you end up kind of with the same DPS basically. It just lasts a little bit longer, and it's just like I've probably already detonated my dark sphere at that point. Just
Yeah.
make it come back faster.
Yeah, that seems pretty lackluster.
Yeah, so I like that. I have a bit of a strong opinion on rank 5, but that is the opinion that I have.
No, I totally
Um,
agree with you.
and then yeah, well, rank 6, dark matter is fun. Dark matter does do ridiculous
Blows?
damage.
Whoa.
Yeah, you
Whoa.
can if you want to use your dark sphere for boss damage instead, you can.
And I would think you'd want to combine that with the top for rank 4, just totally go all out on the detonation damage. Even if, like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
said,
yeah.
radius would be nice, especially if you're reducing the radius further, but then you're basically just turning this into a boss skill rather than an AoE skill.
Yeah,
Is
but as long as
it's
you have
interesting.
like yeah, as long as you have like one other power and a weapon plan that can mob pretty well, you theoretically could do that build. um, if you just had, I don't know, I'm trying to think of what you would use. Maybe you'd use like a hurricane, so you can get a power amplifier on it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Maybe it could be like a heavy pistol too, like a paladin or like an arc pistol or current effect, something like that. Um, and you could just basically try to use that for the mobbing, and then just dark matter, dark sphere, and do just insane damage to bosses.
And then, I mean, Dark Channel theoretically can be a mobbing ability as well, right? Because this will hop from one opponent to the next.
Kind of.
It's
The
kind of
reason
slow to
dark
do that, though.
Yeah, and it takes a while. The thing is, it actually takes a while to kill like just normal jobbers and stuff. Well, most of the time. The thing is, the rank 6 evolution, which can make it do 75% additional damage to armor and barriers,
Uh
which
huh.
helps against bosses.
But it's
The
not really a factor
alternative
against others. Yeah.
yeah, the alternative is the 50% damage buff overall, so you could take it in that direction and use it as a little more of a mobbing skill. But
Hmm.
that's kind of the thing about Dark Channel is like it does its damage slowly, and its damage will never do any stagger since it's just a DOT effect. So
Hmm.
um you just kind of have to deal with that enemy who is still shooting at you as you're like waiting for them to die.
Yeah.
um So
So
yeah,
why not?
that's why I go that's
Yeah.
why I go Dark Channel bottom on a rank 6 for the boss damage.
Okay.
But yeah, you could theoretically give this build the direct swap where you just take Dark Matter, Dark Sphere, and then normal damage Dark Channel and use Dark Channel for mobbing and Dark Sphere for bossing.
And
I
does
don't know
Dark
that it
Channel
would
Prime?
be better. What?
Does Dark Channel Prime? So then you could channel with, or you could prime with Dark
Oh
Channel, and
yeah, yeah.
then Dark Matter Implosion. If that actually does detonate, then got a lot
Yeah.
of base damage, a lot of detonation too.
Yeah,
Well,
Dark
some
Channel
detonation.
crimes for sure. I'm trying to remember if Dark Sphere Detonation actually detonates biotic combos because I haven't played this character in forever. But yeah, Dark Channel does definitely put on.
I mean, it sounds really cool. It just sounds impractical. So it's the kind of thing where I feel like I'd love to try it once or twice just to see what it's like, and then in all likelihood I'd probably decide, yeah, it's fun the one or two times when you actually get it to work the way it ideally works, but then every other time you're like, I would kind of just like to be able to more easily get rid of the random mobs. So I feel like that's more so going to be the kind of thing you're trying to optimize for, at least with one of your abilities. Having only boss abilities or very much abilities that are catered toward bosses and not really anything specifically for just random mobs probably is a bit of a pain. So, yeah, I think I probably will go the direction that you went here, but it's just so tempting to experiment with this stuff. Take the radius, and then oh no, I accidentally took that. No, undo. Go away. Don't do that. Silly top rank 5. Who needs that? Who needs that? Recharge speed. That's what we want. Then so did you go for the unstable then, I assume, for the additional radius and I mean damage
Yeah,
over time
yeah,
duration and damage over time again, not great, so mostly use
yeah.
the radius.
I would say yeah. You don't really care about the last bit, but yeah, the 40% radius is what you take it for, and it does
Uh
if you take radius for both 4 and 6. 9 meters is a long ways, and 1800 damage is a lot of damage.
yeah.
At least
Okay.
sorry, that's what mine is at because of the passive the
Mhm.
power damage buffs for them there. But
Imagine I'll probably end up doing that as well. Then let's see. So at Dark Channel, going damage, we go in duration. In this case, I mean 42
damage
seconds.
for sure.
So long. Yeah, I feel like you're never gonna need it for
Yeah,
that
I
long.
would say yeah. it is already usually like really hard to keep a dark channel out for 30 seconds anyway.
Yeah. And you got slow versus recharge speed. Recharge speed is actually pretty fast on Dark Channel, certainly compared to the other things we were just looking at. So is
Yeah.
this a slow situation, especially against bosses? Be helpful?
Yeah. I'm gonna say, since you're basically planning to cast Dark Channel almost only on bosses, with the exception of, I don't know, maybe dragoons and like turrets and other things that have armor. Yeah, I go ahead and take slow because just the you also have to consider the recharge speed that Dark Channel currently has is with a default loadout, so
Right.
you're
It's
not
probably
quite
going
at
to be faster.
200%. Yeah, it's going to be a little faster. For me,
Mhm.
at level 6 without taking the recharge speed buff with rank 5, I'm at 2.46 seconds. And that's
Yeah,
still like
that's pretty darn
it's to the
fast.
point where, yeah, I'm gonna say like the recharge speed would have diminishing enough returns that it's just like, yeah,
Don't
I would
bother.
rather
Yeah.
just take the slow, even though the slow isn't the most useful thing in the entire world, but
Hmm.
it's, yeah. Well, rank 5 is not, to me it's not the most exciting rank, but the slow comes in handy, it really does.
Hmm. And then you got to go with the Pierce if you're going bosses for rank 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that's Dark Sphere, Dark Channel. Then we can go 6 for our remaining abilities, assuming that we go Seeker Swarmless, which, given what we were talking about before, I think is probably what you go for. So then I'm assuming with the Vengeful Ancient, we're basically just taking any and all biotic / power damage that we can get.
Yep. Bottom, top, bottom. So yeah, bottom is
Okay.
power damage, top's power damage, and then the last one is just, oh wait, what? Oh wait, what? I might have misread this skill
No!
tree before.
Did you take
There's
the...
more power damage there. What?
No! You missed out. It's 20%? That's good
Yeah, I
stuff.
know, because usually, like, everybody else's with rank 6 is just, like, weapon damage or weapon weight. That one's just power damage. What the heck? Okay, hold on.
I was just
I
thinking
need
to
to...
myself with rank 4 and
I'm
rank
just gonna spend
5,
a card on that.
it's a little weird that it switches between the bottom being the power damage and then suddenly it's the top being power damage. You know, it'd be kind of nice if it was just all right. One side is always power damage, the other side is always weapon damage. But okay, so let's
Yeah,
do
I'm gonna
this.
say, all of them do that, and I don't know why. I wish they were just the opposite way.
Yeah. So then, out of curiosity, where does that leave us with? Dark Channel is 161 damage per second, whereas detonation damage for unstable Dark Sphere is 1,850. Okay. Okay. We might be able to amplify that further if we put on a power amplifier on one of our weapons. So then, from fitness, again, there's the whole Ascension Stance thing, which, if we're feeling really ambitious, we could do. Oh man, rank 6 for Ascension Stance Mastery further increases the damage taken penalty. If anything, I would have thought that it'd be
Oh
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
well done, you know, you committed, so we'll make it so that you don't have as much of a downside to it. But no, it's
Nope.
doubling down.
You committed. This is your life now. A stiff breeze will kill you.
Oh man, wow, that's serious stuff. I mean,
It just said you wanted to be a glass cannon, didn't you?
pretty much. I mean, part of me now is wondering, like, could you even get clever and try to do some of these things at the bottom for the actual survivability, then go some of them for the Ascension Stance at the top, like recharge speed? Nah, that's probably not what you take. The rank 6, I mean, that's a tough one to only take rank 6. 4 increased
Yeah.
damage bonus while Ascension Stance is active. Like,
But also,
maybe
yeah,
you sacrifice.
rank 6 is so rough because like the 10% damage and recharge speed in the same evolution is so good, and boy howdy, the 10% additional damage taken is so bad.
Oh
So it's
man.
like it's weird because like you don't want to, like with rank 4 you almost certainly take bottom because 5% extra damage, I don't know, it just doesn't excite me that much.
Yeah.
And then like it would just be if you were going like with a build that was super deep on being glass cannoning and doing Ascension Stance, then like maybe you would take top instead. And then like For rank 5, there's a decent case. There's a pretty solid case for taking
Mm-hmm.
top instead of bottom if you actually plan to use Ascension Stance. With rank 5, yeah, the rank 5 top is like solid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it kind of allows you to pack a little bit of a heavier weapon if you want, which can
Mm-hmm.
help. Um, yeah, because like since recharge speed has diminishing returns the more of it you have, this kind of lets you. It takes the uh, it takes the pressure off of your loadout a little bit to be super light.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Okay.
so that's like pretty reasonable. But then like rank 6, it's just so hard to take the 10% extra damage when you already have to wait for this animation. You're already getting a damage debuff. You're already like giving up your fitness upgrades. Like it's just so hard.
Yeah. Like, okay, hold on. If you go 1, 2, and 3, then you're at 625 and almost 1,000 barrier, but then from there on out, you're just getting uh your defenses are getting worse if you go Ascension Stance for the rest of it. So
Yeah.
that's probably still a little bit above average in terms of health and barrier, but because you're taking that extra damage, you're definitely below average from a survivability standpoint. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Well, yeah, and beyond that, you need to activate the stance, which means there is some portion of the match in which you need to be standing still and doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's not a ton of time, but you would like that time to be 0 as often as possible.
Uh-huh. It's not a long enough duration that you can just do it at the beginning of the round and have it last the entire round.
Yeah, well, and it's not on off like hunter mode or anything.
Yeah, or like a
So
blood, whatever it's called, bloodlust.
bloodlust.
Okay, so yeah, let's not kid ourselves here. We're going for the fitness with the defenses. No Ascension Stance this time. And yeah, that gets us up to a little over 800 health and 1,200 barrier. So that's the opposite. That's pretty tanky, like you
Yeah,
said. That's up there.
I'm gonna say yeah. I just like because the character just feels like so all around good that way because it's just like I can do all my damage at a range, but it's not that I super need to. Like I'm tanky enough that I can sort of mix it up middle range close if I gotta. But also like really your ideal situation with this character is like 50 meters away from whatever you're fighting, like
Hmm.
because you could just pop Dark Channel on them for them a mile away, you can toss out Dark Sphere. Dark Sphere it does at least have the travel time, so like you kind of have to anticipate where enemies are going if you're firing it from super far away. But um, yeah, you can do like basically all of your damage from like way far out. But then also just still have the tankiness to be fine if something rushes you down, which just like feels nice.
Okay, so then let's look at the weapons and let's see. Yeah, so at the moment, dual wielding, which probably is not the idea. I'm assuming we're looking for either a pistol or an SMG with a power amplifier on it.
Yep, literally.
And then in
There
terms of
there are
what
probably other ways you could do it, but for,
Mhm.
for what we're doing, yeah.
in terms of what you're looking for this weapon to do, do you need it to be a dedicated shield stripper, or is it just pure damage? Or we're only taking one weapon. It looks like can't take absolutely anything instead of the 200% recharge speed, but some
Yeah, I
options.
mean, an acolyte would be great as always.
Uh huh.
It tends to be good on adepts,
Yep. Oh
and
man, I use
that
the
is for
acolytes
a
so
reason.
often, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
and I mean the same thing is true here. You can shred armor and barriers and cannot do that much to shields.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, like acolyte is super good, and Seven Hurricane is a great option. If you want to since you've specced out Darksphere for mobbing, I think Acolyte is probably the like optimal choice with the build, just because like you're not really looking for your weapon to kill stuff for you. That's what Darksphere does. So
Hmm.
you just want to make sure you want to make sure that the Acolyte makes the Marauder die to the Darksphere.
Hmm. Or get rid of the shields on the boss that you're trying to hit with Dark Sphere,
Yeah, yeah.
or rather with
Yeah, and
Dark
on
Channel.
yeah, I'm saying on it, thinking about how fast this character could string up a Banshee's, but it's not as fast as Alliance Infiltration Unit with a Leaguer, but it's pretty fast. Because, like, if
Okay.
you have an Acolyte with Warp rounds and you have Dark Channel on them, like, yeah, that will destroy a ability so fast, because
Okay.
Acolyte already goes nuts on barriers, and then the, Warp rounds makes it do even more, and then it makes it do mad extra even more, because the, what's that for, like, Warp rounds 3? Yeah, the biotic damage bonus plus 75%.
And that's insane.
Yeah, and it's just like you can go nuts as long as something has a biotic effect on it, which, as it turns out, with Dark Sphere and Dark Channel, you are very good at biotically programming things.
Yeah. And that's another thing is, even if I'm not doing a lot of detonation myself, it does still set up other people to do the detonation.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well,
Actually, I guess I'm probably going to find out today if Poison Strike detonates.
we'll
I'm
find out.
almost entirely sure that it detonates fire explosions, but I don't know about biotic explosions.
Let's see. So we were thinking we'd bump ourselves down to silver for this one.
Probably, yeah. Because I have not played this character much either.
So, chat, we do have a couple openings if anyone wants to hop in here. Otherwise, we'll just go public. I mean, if we're going silver, we could probably handle this by ourselves, to be honest. But even if we're going with new characters. But if we had a full party, we could potentially even consider pushing gold. But let's see. So I think I'm all set here. Let's do a quick check from a metagel standpoint. Yeah, good enough. I think I'm going to refrain from putting on ammo, weapon, or armor bonuses just to see what sort of the baseline collector is like. But Biotic Power from the Adaptive War Amp, definitely tempting. Though I think my commando package is 0.5% less biotic damage and also gives the pistol damage when I'm using a pistol, so I'll go with that. Okay, so I think I'm all set in that case. Would we like to make this public? Let's see.
Maybe I should swap mine. Yeah, there you go.
Not seeing anyone waiting in Discord either, so I think it's just the two of us unless we go public here.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm actually okay. I'm trying to think if getting grenade capacity through these Nightshade Blades is actually worth it. I don't think it is. I don't think I'm that build. I don't think I'm that guy. Okay, yeah. I think I'm good. I think I'm just rocking the Juggernaut shield.
Alright, and I think, we can probably hop straight in here.
Yeah.
Like we were saying. We're probably good. One thing, though, is, so, for the Collector, your heavy melee is just, you switch over to the Ascension Stance, right? So you don't have a heavy melee that deals damage.
Yeah, no.
And I do tend to, just by habit, whenever I'm trying to do melee, oftentimes do the heavy melee, and so I might on occasion accidentally Ascension Stance instead of actually bopping somebody on the head. So that's gonna be a thing. Let's see, we have okay. So we got the shields in that case. Ooh, hello.
Hello.
Okay, let's get this out here. Now, how exactly does it work? It just kind of chills?
So, I have now discovered that Poison Strike does in fact detonate biotic explosions.
Okay. Sweet. 1 moment, please.
Whoopsies.
One behind me as well. Oh, come over here for the grab. Come over here for the grab. Yes! There we go. Oh, 1 sec.
Oh.
I'll get you.
Pulled me while my like, spike projectile was in midair.
Oh, no. Oh, hold on. Second grab. Wait for it. He's coming. He's coming any day now. Any day now. Either that or he's gonna fire these rockets. Come on.
You got
No, no, no!
Hold on.
Other way, other way, other way. No! Get over here. Do it. Do it. He's not close enough. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know you want to do it.
Hey.
He doesn't want to.
Hold on, can I push him?
Oh, come on! No, there it is! You did it! You said
Hey,
it!
let's
Well
go.
done.
That was so tough.
Wonderful teamwork. Wonderful teamwork. So the sphere, it basically just goes straight out in the direction that I throw it. That's sort of the way it works. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. It goes, straight in one direction. Give me a
And
minute.
then-
I'm gonna poison straight through the wall.
Okay. Close to getting stomped here, unfortunately.
Nope.
Nope.
Is there another dude that's gonna stomp you? No. Okay.
I'm good for the moment.
I'm running around. I'm trying to get there.
Oh, now I'm gonna get stomped.
Nope, come on.
Just in time.
There
Oh,
we
no.
go.
Hold on.
Beautiful.
Hold on. Do this. There are more people here than I would like there to be. Okay, well,
I got to go.
yeah, I'm in jail as well. Oh, he's dead.
Oh,
Oh, I did not see. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say who's left. The answer is that guy and this guy. Yeah, the sphere can't go through walls, can it?
no, it cannot.
Okay, so it basically just goes in a straight line until it runs into something, then it stops.
Yeah, and then just sticks to it.
And then pressing it again makes it go boom? Okay, gotcha.
Yep. And there's only a certain duration of time that it'll stay out, which means sometimes if you want, you can actually check out your Bioware sphere and just not have to worry about a cooldown. Or obviously you won't get the detonation doing that, but sometimes that's okay. Because sometimes, you know, if you're just in a point where you want to use your dark channel or whatever, then you can just kind of chuck the... You, like, might as well chuck the dark sphere out, basically, because it just doesn't require a cooldown, so...
1 moment, please.
I'm just gonna Nightshade Blades a couple of homies.
I like how you can kind of proactively throw out the orb. You're not sure if there's anyone hanging out where you're looking to go next.
Yeah.
Chuck it over there, and, you know, if it turns out there's going to be someone around there, then great. You can start dealing some damage. You can even blow it up in their face. Hold on. So the cooldown is long. Wait. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Again. Again. Nope. Oh, that might have been... No, that was not... Was that Ascension Stance? That might have been one of those situations where, again, I spammed the melee button, or at least held the melee button. But I was actually trying to set up another grab. I saw them hanging out around the cover. I was like, hold on. Could it be another opportunity? Oh, we got a random. Okay.
Hey, okay.
Let's get this out here. Okay. Hear them. Don't see them. Get this up there. Yes, we can. Nice.
That is the thing that I do really like about the Cabal Vanguard, is the amount of mobility that you get just from being able to, being able to biotic poison strike all over the place, because it's not biotic charge. You don't need a target for it.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that is
Yeah,
not
just-
the drone. One moment, please. I miss. That's embarrassing. Okay, that on. And this on.
All clear. Good work. Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
Does the animation for the sphere detonating actually get bigger if you increase the radius, or is it just always the same size?
That's a good question. I don't think the animation gets any bigger.
Ooh, that was a nice one. Let's get that on here. And let's get this out here. More up here. More up here. Yeah, I am a fan of the sphere. I wish the cooldown was a little bit faster so I could spam it a little bit more, but it does seem pretty awesome when you got a room with several people in it.
I'm saying, and that's the thing is like, yeah, the cooldown is long at base, but like once you get you know, some recharge speed buffs, it's not too bad. And since you can do all your damage at range, you can you get the ability to kind of wait for the recharge.
Mm-hmm. You can play it a little more patiently.
Yeah.
It's just a little painful when you, say, you like detonate the ability, and then soon thereafter, you see some enemies pop up, and you're like, oh, it's like, no, I have a long time I need to wait before I can do anything about you.
Yeah, it's a little clunky sometimes, but you get used to it. It is at the very least less clunky than the alternative, which is trying to do everything at once.
Alright. Anyone or thing else?
Ooh. Ooh. Oh no, I missed that. Ooh.
Oh, apparently it's over there. Whatever it is. Oh, yep. Got a few up here, actually. Anyone else?
Okay.
Explode up on you guys while I'm at it.
It does just feel so good to be able to charge with the all spike ability and then just let it go while you're running and just kill somebody. And just keep running.
They got a bunch down here.
Yep. Oh, come on.
I don't know where that came from. Oh, you got some inside? That was probably overkill. Explode up on you while I'm at it. Oh, no! I saw the grab. I saw the grab for a second. Gotcha. So the detonation resets the cooldown, right? Unfortunately, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the detonation is what actually causes the cooldown to go off, yeah.
Oh, so you can launch it and then go immediately into a dark channel if you don't detonate the sphere?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, is like, yeah, whenever you dark channel, you kind of might as well chuck the sphere out, because you can just do it without a cooldown.
Nice.
So, you might as well get a little bit of damage every time.
Okay. Now I get what you mean. Oh, also that's another dude.
Good is actually sweet.
I mean, I think both the Cabal and the Vanguard, or both the Cabal and the Collector can be really strong, right?
I think generally people don't tend to feel super good about the Cabal.
Really?
because it's just, I don't know, it's so melee dependent, and it's a little tough to kind of have the ability to survive that it really needs, even though Biotic Focus does give you good damage resistance.
Hold on. Hold on. This is the opportunity. This is the opportunity. Here we go. Grab number 3, baby. Got them? Okay. Grab number 4?
Yep.
No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Enemies down. Good shooting. Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
Oh,
Bogeys incoming.
There's a
Dusker, leaving this
Talon
mess
hog
on the
in me.
wall. Come
oh,
on,
am
man.
I? Wait, hold on. Oh, did I leave some poison behind?
Hey, come on, dude. Clean up after yourself. Let me get these out here.
Not a bad way.
Something else over here? There is. I should have been on the front. We got a prime in here.
Gosh,
Heard something. Yep. Nope. Noise.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert.
Alright, so out of curiosity, here's Ascension Stance.
Recon drone with enemy.
Just casually do this on wave 10, because what could possibly go wrong?
It's only 45 seconds.
Tagged you as friendly.
Yeah, you know.
You've got enough health.
We'll be
You should
fine.
be fine.
Providing assistance. Low power. Recommend additional power from Omni tools. Gather power at Rapid.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Sound defensively.
Proximity field.
Back. Oh, that's a prime. That's not good.
Providing assistance. Low power. Recommend additional power from Omni tools.
Halfway there. Watch your sectors.
Just casually throw it straight up into the air. For good measure.
Allow me to help.
Just a few meters more.
Come on, drone. Alright.
Ooh, snipe with the spike reload. I love this gun so much. But
Here's some more people out here. Yep. Well, not that they're there anymore.
Reading only one more left.
I got some big DOT on this lead.
Nice. He's dead.
Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload. Rendezvous at LZ for extraction.
Alright, got some out here. Okay, prime incoming. Give it just a second here. You got more? You do have more, don't you? You got that guy. Okay. Seems like up top near the LZ, maybe. Oh yeah, let's help this guy.
Still a ways out. Head toward the LZ.
That missed, I think.
Needs help.
Okay, a little over a minute. Got prime over here. Prime should be down now. There's another Prime inside, I think. Yep, got one. Hunter. And we're gonna have to make moves soon, though.
Yeah. Don't worry. I have the mobility. If nothing else, this character has the mobility.
Alright, making my move now. Ooh, a little slow though. Oh, silly.
That's
Silly.
not
Okay,
good.
I'm reviving, but
yeah,
I got a little
honestly,
greedy.
I'm already over here, so I think I'll make it back.
We're good. We're good. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. Hey, come back up for that.
What's up, Kippy? How's it going? Trying out the Awakened Collector for the first time, and it's a lot of fun. Probably, along with the Cabal, the character that I've waited the most to finally play, the one that I've most longed to play. And I think you're right, Dust. Those big explosions are nice.
Yeah. I might actually push this character to gold at some point. Now that I think of it, I think with the Cyclonic Mod 3, I think this character like might actually be able to cut the mustard, kind of. It's like it's a lot of things you have to work on because like biotic focus management and like aiming your poison strikes to like go through the map in weird ways and like for me, I also use a glue spike thrower, so trying to get off glue spike thrower shots while running, and also like syncing it up with your melee. Like there's a lot. The skill ceiling is very high, which I enjoy.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean it looks like a lot of fun, and I think that the Awakened Collector is also a lot of fun. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So we were talking about then switching roles here.
Yeah, the list code.
Exactly. We're still gonna go through with that?
Sure.
Alright. In which case, do we want to drop out of this lobby real quick? So this person that's been waiting for us says we're setting things up because I have not deployed my Cabal. So that's probably going to take a minute. Let's hop out here for a second. I feel like we could have done that on gold.
Yeah, maybe not with like exactly the gear that I had, but I think with the pumped up cyclonic modulator, I think that could probably do okay. It would like you would have to be extra cautious and like pick your engagements and everything, but
yeah. Okay, well, now it is Cabal time. At least in my case. Let's see. Got all the customization options as well. Awesome, you'll love to see it. Get a nice shininess to it, and then secondary color does get kind of darkened. Doesn't stand out as much. That might work. And what do we have for pattern? That? Ooh, I like that. Okay, now we're talking a little bit more. I think I prefer that. And the lights. I like that. That too. Just the one at the back of this one too. Go for that. Okay, and then skin tone is usually almost completely unnoticeable. But
yeah.
Sure. Alright, then, as for the name. Well, I don't know if this is going to make its way into the name, but one thing I feel the need to mention is it's really weird. So the Cabal is a female Turian, right? And so they look different. Like, their facial structure looks totally different from the other Turians. To the point where, when I first saw the Cabal, it did not even initially occur to me that this was a Turian. I thought, is this just some other species that I'd never heard of? The Cabal? Like, is that a thing? But no, so it's a female Turian, and I feel the need to acknowledge, in the original Mass Effect, in Mass Effect 1, there are zero female Turians. Maybe in the Pinnacle Station DLC, but I've never actually played it because it's corrupt and doesn't have a playable version on PC or PlayStation 3, I don't think.
Oh.
So,
Oh, I didn't know that. I played it on Xbox.
yeah, I think the only way you can play this on Xbox, so I've never played it for that reason. You might have a female Turian there, but
I don't remember one. I don't remember one showing up. Actually, now that I think about it, okay. Throughout. Okay, so Mass Effect 1, like, definitely doesn't have a female
I think
Turian
zero.
base game. I can tell you with 99.5% certainty that Pinnacle Station doesn't have one,
Okay.
because I feel like if there was, I would remember it.
Mhm. I can
Did
think of...
ME2 have one?
I'm not sure ME2 did either. ME3 does in, what is it? I think it's DLC, whichever one has the Armax Arena. Whichever DLC that is. The, like, lady at the front desk. I think there are potentially a few people that are female Turians. But my point is, you go through the game, and the Turians are one of the most common species for you to run into. And yet, 99.9% of them are male Turians, and they look different from the female Turians, to the point where, like I said, you see the female Turian, you're like, is this a different species? What am I looking at here? And that just seems really strange, especially because in the Codex for Mass Effect, it mentions that it is more common for Solarians to be male than it is female. I forget, I think they throw out a number, like 70% are male and 30% are female, and, you know, whatever other mix. But they don't mention that for Turians, when basically don't ever meet a female Turian. So I feel like that could potentially work its way into the name here, but I don't know. I don't know how you do that, but otherwise, just a rant about why aren't there more female Turians in the game. It just seems strange. It's probably because the different character model, but still.
Honestly, I thought... For some reason, I thought that there was, like, some kind of lore thing where, like, Turians were actually just, like, much more commonly born male, but I think I might have been thinking of the Solarian
That's
thing.
the Solarians, yeah. What's up, Zeus? How's it going? How's it going? We're just ranting about Mass Effect characters right now, but in theory, we're going to be setting up this new character here, the Cabal, which is one of the characters that I've most been looking forward to using, but I just never got up the nerve to do so, because it is, from what I understand, one of the more complicated characters, but if you can figure it out, I think also one of the more fun ones to play, so I'm excited for it. But as for the name, I mean, the other thing, this is totally unrelated, but the other thing that this character reminds me of, just when we're talking about the visual appearance, is I'm also just absolutely going to butcher the spelling of this. But
Oh, yeah, okay.
can you see it?
Yeah. So yeah, it's Grievous, Grievous.
IVEOUS, like this?
IEV.
Oh, I don't have room.
Yeah.
IEVEOUS?
No, it's
Oh.
Grievous, not Grievous.
Okay, well, I can't spell.
Yeah,
There
so
you
it's
go.
just Grieve. Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty sure that's what I double check.
I mean, obviously, we're not going to have, like, 4 lightsabers, but... I mean, also,
you do
kind
you
of.
do have the 2 weird poison spike
Of
things
all the
coming
characters
off
in the
your
game,
arms, so
This might play the most like general, besides maybe the Shadow, because you actually have a legitimate sword. But it's still only one sword, whereas you kind of have 2 in this case. Yeah, I don't know, I'm curious to try it out. I've never played her at all, but I've been looking forward to doing so for a very long time. So I'm excited to finally get the chance to do so. So maybe we stick with General Grievous. I don't know. Maybe that works.
Wait,
Okay.
what kind of build do you think you want to do? Because that's the thing, is just like you can pull it in on a lot of different directions. Yeah, some
Yeah.
people, like Zeus is saying, some people do the gun thing. I think a lot of people do the gun thing just because it's like the character has so much going on, and turning any character into a gun platform is pretty easy, especially if they're Turian.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do other stuff because it's just like turning the character into a gun platform for me just doesn't feel like super. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like super like as unique as the character can be.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. I was about to say, I feel like this is a really unique character, and so I feel like I would really want to emphasize the uniqueness of this character and have it play like no other character can, rather than just turning into a generic, it has guns that go boom and deal a lot of damage, which you can do with a bunch of people.
Yeah. Yeah. And like ultimately gun platform is probably, if you're trying to like really figure it out, probably the most optimal route is probably just like, you know, I hate to say this, but just slap a hair on it. But yeah, I like, so yeah, I've been playing it as a melee build when I play it, but also the Nightshade Blades Grenadier build does not seem bad by any means, because Nightshade Blades does a ridiculous amount of damage.
Alright, so full disclosure, I know next to nothing about this character. So let's see, we've got Poison Strike, slash through an enemy line, while encased in its biotic barrier, causing instant biotic damage and applying a poison effect that does damage over time to every... Is this basically like the almost, but not exactly, biotic charge? The one you were talking about before, where you don't need a target, but it moves you across the map. It is technically a biotic ability, and then gives that damage over time?
Yeah, yeah, basically you point in a direction and hit the button, and it will strike you in that direction.
Okay, so this is... I'm assuming this is a pretty important. Go for this one.
Kind of depends on how you go about it.
Oh, okay.
So, like...
That's not a given?
Yeah, I would say probably just decide from the outset, like, generally what type of build you want to be. If you want to be a Nightshade Blades Grenadier, if you want to be a melee build, if you want to be some kind of hybrid thing, maybe uses a little bit of gun stuff, like...
Okay. Well,
I would say deciding that up front would probably be the easiest thing.
Okay, so let me take a look at all the abilities then, just to understand what we have on the table for options.
Yeah.
Then we have Nightshade Blades. So this is the grenade one that you're talking about. Launch a short-range volley of venom-tipped blades to paralyze non-shielded targets. These blades cause instant damage and poison the target, causing the damage over time. So this is sort of like the stagger effect one that people have been talking about sometimes.
Yeah, I believe Nightshade Blades also staggers. Honestly, for unshielded enemies, they just die to Nightshade Blades anyway,
really matter.
so I'm not gonna lie, the paralyze isn't super impactful, but...
I see.
But...
Okay. And this is also an ability that you want to do at close range, so in theory, if you're using this, you'd probably want to Poison Strike close to them and then Nightshade Blades soon thereafter?
Something like that. We'll just splint up on pop Nightshade Blades, Poison Strike out. Usually Poison Strike through them out, which is nice.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's Nightshade Blades. Then let's look at Biotic Focus. So focus your biotic energy and activistic muscle structure to decrease damage taken and increase melee damage and movement speed for a short time. Oh, that's interesting. So it's kind of like a you activate it, and then for a duration, you have these passive buffs. You get in, what? Reduced damage taken, melee damage bonus, movement speed bonus, and then as you level this up, are there any other factors to consider? Duration,
yes.
taken. Like at 6, activate to regenerate barriers by 40%, and gain an invulnerability effect for a split second. Or enter heightened biotic state to reduce damage taken by 20% and increase movement speed by 7.5 and melee damage by 30. This seems pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, basically, I think basically no matter what build you do on Cabal, you probably take Biotic Focus to 6. Just because, yeah. So, like, for mine, I take bottom on 6 because of the... I mean, the additional damage reduction helps to a certain extent. But then also the movement speed and 30% melee damage is nice, because it's, you know, I play it as a melee build.
And if you're going 4, the top one for 4, then you've got a ridiculous amount of damage reduction. I mean, I don't know if you're going movement speed there, but
it gets to 45, yeah, 45%.
that's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot. But then also, you can just like, you can basically, so you can go up to 25% from rank 4, and then I think kind of the more general all-purpose option for like non-melee builds or builds that aren't as heavy on melee is probably top of rank 6, because that's actually like, that's nice. That's a lot of survivability, an actual invulnerability effect on demand. So you can, you know, if a Geth trooper ever shoots a rocket at you, you can just say no.
Does
so
this?
yeah, you can
stop
do
yourself from
stuff
getting
like
synced?
that.
I doubt it.
No.
But, okay.
It's damage and vulnerability, whereas getting synced is just you getting caught in an animation.
And Zeus, just to clarify, you're saying the damage over time component is bugged on, was it the Poison Strike or was it the Nightshade Blades? And so is it just the initial damage is the part that matters? You should not think about the damage over time for one of these? And if so, which one was that?
I'm trying to... Yeah, I remember at least one of her abilities is bugged, but I'm trying to remember it.
So that could definitely... You know, because these all look very interesting. But if one of them is not working as well as it would seem as though it should work, then that could be the difference maker in terms of what you do and don't take. Poison Strike, I'm assuming you probably mean, since you said it's the poison?
Well, Poison Strike I know does work, because it just worked in that last match.
Okay.
There were a few times where things died significantly after I charged them.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Poison Strike at the very least works.
Maybe it's on the Nightshade Blades then?
Well, and it could also be, because her melee also applies to poison.
Oh.
So it could be that as well. It could be anyone.
Wow.
Give me just a minute.
Zeus says the poison overall doesn't dot.
The Poison Strike definitely did in that last game, for sure.
I mean, could it be that, you know, I had a few damage over time effects out there. Is there any way in which I could have been dealing damage over time to something, and, you know, even after you ran away a little bit afterwards, the enemy died, but you were the one who got the credit for the kill, so it looked like you were dealing damage over time with the poison, but ultimately it was my damage over time just getting credited to you? I'm just trying to think of theoretical ways in which that could maybe happen.
Well, because the Poison Strike got the kill.
Mm-hmm.
So if your damage over time had gotten the kill, then it would have been that thing getting the kill. But no, the Poison Strike actually did the kill, like, significantly after I had charged away.
Okay, then. Not sure what to make of that, in that case.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That does seem to be a pretty important aspect of the Cabal, is the damage over time, and so, you know, that would be a pretty significant difference, I would think. If you're capable of dealing the damage over time, then you might very well try to spec into that. Whereas if it doesn't work, then obviously you want to avoid it. All the poison... not work. Huh. Weird. Including her so-called melee. Wow. Okay. I mean, that would suggest that we should try to avoid the damage over time. Though, at least from what Dusk is saying, you know, at least something appeared to be working last time with it.
Yeah, like, Poison Strike definitely did DOT last game.
Huh.
I am not sure about anything else, but...
Okay. So... then we've got, I mean, I assume it's for the most part your standard stuff here on this one for power buffs. You can get weapon stability. Okay, that's a little strange, actually, but... weapon damage. I mean, I assume if you're going for the powers, you're going to go with the power damage rather than the gun platform approach. But like I was saying before, I feel like with this character, I would much rather focus on the powers than the weapons, just because she's unique, you know? If you're going to focus on the weapon damage, then I feel like do that on a different Turian, or at least I'd rather do that on a different Turian instead of her. And actually, Turian Veteran is almost entirely weapon damage to the point where everything is weapon damage, actually. I mean, that's what I suppose makes the weapon damage so strong. Oh, no. Okay, you do have power damage. Rank 4 bottom. Oh, and you have it. Okay, rank 5 top. Okay, there is some power damage here. For a second, it looked like it was 100% weapon damage. I was like, oh, just never take Turian Veteran, in which case, there you go all out on all the other stuff, maybe? But, right, the Venom Gauntlets. This, I'm assuming, is a little unique. The melee damage applied as poison. So, like, this, theoretically, may not be doing anything for us. But then, shields. Raw melee damage, from what people are saying, sounds like it does still work. Melee damage 75%. Melee.
So you're talking about... Oh yeah, just the normal base fitness stuff?
Yeah. But I'm intrigued by, I'm a little bit intrigued by going the survivability on the fitness side, because if you're going Biotic Focus and you take some of the damage reduction, you could get insanely tanky, I would think. Yeah, you get the 30% extra damage, but you don't poison at all. Or... Okay.
Oh, I understand what they mean. Okay, I think they were... Okay, the damage buff from the tree only hits the base damage and not the DOT. I understand. Okay.
So the damage scaling?
I thought they were... Yeah, it's the damage scaling. I thought they were saying the poison just didn't work. I'm like, I cannot find anything online about the poison just not working. But yeah, the damage scaling doesn't work with the poison.
Okay,
yeah, that makes sense.
Now I get it. So you can still deal damage over time, it's just that it's pretty much impossible to scale that damage over time.
Yeah, I'm saying. Like, you don't rely on it as your main damage source for sure. It's just also there.
So that's good that we understand that. Okay. So that's important stuff. So where does that leave us, though? We've got Poison Strike, the Nightshade Blades, the Biotic Focus, and like Dusk was saying, you kind of need to decide, are you going to be rushing in and throwing some Nightshade Blades at people's faces? Are you going... And if you do that... So you were talking about, are you going to be a full-blown melee build? And by that, Dusk, did you mean, like, taking the melee buffs in the fitness tree? Or did you have other things in mind, like just generally being a close-range character using, like, Nightshade Blades?
Basically, when I say a melee build, what I mean as a qualifier for that is just something that takes, all top 3 in Venom Gauntlets.
Uh-huh.
That's basically what I mean by that. It's just, like, actually trying to rely on melee as your, if not your main damage source, one of your main damage sources, because this character does also have diverse damage sources.
And what is the animation you have for your light and heavy melee with her? Is it good?
Yes, it is quite good, actually. Your heavy melee locks on from a long, like, decently long range and teleports you to the target. It's kind of like the N7 Shadow heavy melee a little bit.
I feel like I've seen people do that. Okay.
Yeah, and you do also, you get some poison DOT, as well, for your melee hits. But yeah, and then the basic light melee is like, it's not anything super special, but it does seem faster than just, like, if I'm thinking of normal base human melee, like the 3-jab combo thing, it feels faster by a little bit. I can't say 100% for sure, but yeah, it's the base melee isn't super special, but the heavy melee is pretty good. The teleport that you get off of it is nice, and I want to say there's, like, some amount of like, maybe damage reduction and invulnerability during the heavy melee animation, but I really can't say for sure. It's kind of felt that way sometimes, but I can't say 100% for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, either way, the heavy melee is pretty good. But yeah, and then as far as your other base stuff goes, your base, dashes are also very good. Like, she has a super quick she has a biotic blink basically, like the N7 Fury does.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very fast. So yeah, like that combined with Poison Strike actually gives you like some of the better mobility in the game. It's just the character sometimes can struggle with damage output, sometimes can struggle with survivability.
Okay. And so if you are theoretically going the melee route, then what does that mean you're going for elsewhere? Like the Biotic Focus, I feel like you're taking no matter what. That is probably just a matter of which way do you take it. Do you go damage reduction? Do you go the movement speed? Because like you're saying, you have a lot of mobility with just your dashes and potentially with your poison strikes as well. So I would feel like that would lead me to believe you just go with the damage reduction here, and you rely on those other things for your mobility, and that way you're getting a really nice survivability boost. But it's
Yeah,
not really helping much with your damage output.
Yeah. Well, it does. It
Titan
does.
Focus at the end might, but
Yeah, I'm gonna say because that's what I do with it for the melee build that I'm doing here is triple top Venom Gauntlets and then take Biotic Focus to 6 and take bottom on 6 because 30% extra melee damage is no small amount.
yeah.
So it does help a decent bit, and then you just kind of have. That's kind of the cool thing about the character is generally like her melee animations are like quick enough that you can kind of just sprinkle in other stuff. Like you can sprinkle in a Nightshade Blades, you can get in like a melee hit or two, and then when you need to get out of there, just poison strike through them and go like through a wall. Like
Okay, I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, you can kind of like do some interesting things. But yeah, basically, I think my general rule of thumb, and this could vary on build, but I think I would probably say bottom rank, like basically take Biotic Focus to 6 no matter what. If you're doing a melee build where like you have actually just like you're looking for all the melee damage buffs you can get, then probably go bottom on Biotic Focus. If you're doing anything else, probably go top on Biotic Focus for rank 6.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, both the rank 6 evolutions are really good.
And then Zeus, you're saying basically if you are going the melee route, you play it like the Shadow. You just sort of pick carefully which target you're engaging with. Jump in, deal some damage, jump out. Try not to get overrun by a bunch of people. I do like the Shadow. Shadow is a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
I feel
I'm
like
saying this is kind of a similar class in some ways, in
Yeah.
the sense that like you do need to pick your targets. You cannot take on everything at once. I mean, you kind of can by poison striking through everything and running away, but you can't kill everything at once.
yeah. I think I'm start. So if you all right, so that's the melee route. If you don't go the melee route, then what? Does that mean you're focusing on the Nightshade Blades as your primary damage source? Is that sort of the either or there, or what are you sacrificing if you're going the melee route, you think?
If you're not going the melee route, you're probably going either weapons platform or the Nightshade Blades Grenadier. Poison Strike doesn't really do enough damage to like rely on it as a primary damage source. It does a few hundred. And like we said, the actual poison DOT doesn't scale up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can't really rely on Poison Strike as a main damage source, so I would say if it's not melee, it's probably Nightshade Blades or guns.
Mm-hmm.
And you can still, of course, you can mix all three of these things, kind of like, yeah, because like my build is like, it does a little bit of all three, but it mainly focuses on melee. But yeah, I would say probably pick one to kind of be the main one, because like the Nightshade Blades build for this character actually really intrigues me. I think that build could be really good because Nightshade Blades do a ton of damage.
All right, hear me out here. This might be crazy, but I'm kind of tempted to skip Turian Veteran and go all out on everything else. Is that totally insane? And focusing on the biotic powers and the melee damage and not focusing at all on the weapons?
You're saying just dropping Turian Veteran and just leaving it at 0 and going 6 on everything
Yeah,
else?
I mean, maybe, let's see, at what point do you start actually getting power damage here?
It's rank 4.
Rank
kind
4.
Kind of as usual.
Yeah, I mean, you get it there, and then, okay, you start getting it at 5, and then 6 is not really helping at all in that regard. So it feels like, you're going down for 4 and for 5, and you're getting, what, at the end of the day? You're getting 35% power damage, which is decent, but that just feels like, it's either 35% power damage, or it's, basically having an entirely different skill that you can add to the equation, which, maybe it's not perfectly optimized for being the highest possible damage for what you're choosing to do, but it does let you experiment a lot more with your other options. Like, would you go... Yeah, you're probably going all the way down for rank 6 fitness. Is there anything else you could theoretically save a bit of points on to at least get up a little bit over there to get some of the power damage? Like poison strike, poison damage doesn't... Like, even this poison strength for poison strike, rank 6 top, this does not scale the damage. Like, this does not work, even if it says it does.
I would believe so. I have not done a build where I've taken poison strike to rank 6, so I'm not sure this.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, like, maybe in that case, you don't take rank 6 poison strike. You just go to 5. Increase poison duration. Increase recharge speed. You just take poison strike to 5. That means you save 6 points, which means you could go, what, up to rank 3 for Turian Veteran. You still don't have any of the power damage yet. You'd like to at least be able to go slightly further. You go Poison Strike. Not even take 5. You go 4. Then you're passing up on Poison Duration or Recharge Speed. And it's... I know, once we get rid of our... I'm assuming we have 2 weapons equipped right now. Assuming the recharge speed gets pretty quick for Poison Strike, do you need 60%? Or rather, 35% recharge speed for it? In which case, maybe you go 4 for Poison Strike. I think that means you can get up to 4 for Turian Veteran for at least a little bit of power damage, and then you go 6 for everything else. Maybe that's sort of nice middle ground?
Yeah, I mean, that seems solid. That seems like a... Yeah, you could probably, like... There are a few different ways you could go about it. Yeah, I would say for Poison Strike, like... Really, I would say you take Poison Strike probably to 3 or 4 most of the time. 4 is nice because it increases the range, which just increases its usefulness as a mobility tool. But to me, nothing else in the Poison Strike tree is super exciting. So I think taking it to 3 or 4 does make sense.
Yeah, like I just threw on...
Zeus is saying in chat, yeah. 3, 6, 6, 6, 5, that makes some sense, yeah. Just big Nightshade Blades, of course, Biotic Focus gets cool.
I was thinking...
And then take the weapon damage buffs. If you're gonna use it as a guns platform. And then, like, there are different ways you can do it, though. Because if you want to do the Nightshade Blades, like, grenade route, then you definitely want to take Turian Veteran to 5, so that you get both your power damage buffs. But it just kind of depends on what you want to do your damage with.
Yeah, so maybe in that case it's 3, 6, 6, 5. I don't think I want to go all the way up to 6 for Turian Veteran, because I'm sure you can reduce assault rifle weight, but I'm not thinking I'm necessarily going to be using an assault rifle. So I don't think this is providing much if we aren't being a much of a weapons-based character. And then does that mean we can get all the way up to 6 for the big melee damage on Venom Gauntlets as well? It'd be what? What did we just say? 3, 6, 6, 5, 6? Does that math work?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I think we try that then. So it means Poison Strike is taking a little bit of a hit. Missing out on some range, recharge, and I think rank 6 we're probably never going to take anyway, but... Yeah, I mean, I'd love if we could get up to rank 4 for it. The extra range, like you were saying, Dust, that can be helpful. I mean, 12 meters still seems like that's a fair bit, but...
It's a solid amount, yeah. But yeah, you could do it as a 3 as well, because, like, that's also the thing. If you're doing this as a Nightshade Blades build, mother of God, you're going to be doing so much damage.
Okay,
like,
okay.
things are just... I think things are going to be... If you're taking your grenade capacity to just get 7 Nightshade Blades, and just like I think you're gonna be killing stuff enough that like you don't need to get as far out of there in order to survive. And also you have to consider since you've got the rank 6 top on Biotic Focus, you kind of have that as an emergency not die button. So yeah, I think rank 3 Poison Strike makes sense, because you don't really, like with the playstyle the build uses, if you want to lean into Nightshade Blades, like you don't really need Poison Strike as an escape tool as badly as you would need it for other builds.
Okay.
So yeah, I think doing that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, if you wanna lean into Nightshade Blades, which I think is interesting. But yeah, Zeus also has the build in chat where they kind of like do a little bit of everything at once. They've got some melee and some Nightshade Blades and some gun stuff going on too.
Yeah, it looks like Zeus is just going a little bit more weapons oriented than I'm looking to go here. Switching around the 5 and the 6 between. In my case, I'm thinking I'll go for the extra melee damage on the last one in the fitness category, whereas Zeus went for the extra either weapon damage or reducing weapon weight. But I think, ideally at least, I'd kind of just have the weapon as an afterthought, and hopefully have enough damage elsewhere that we can still get the job done. Might not be perfectly optimized, so to speak, for the best possible Cabal, but, if the best possible Cabal is technically supposed to be a weapon-based Cabal, then I feel like, I'm fine going with a slightly suboptimal one, just to embrace more the stuff that makes the Cabal unique.
Yeah, and I'm just really intrigued at what this Nightshade Blades Grenadier build can do, because I've just never thought about doing it before.
So did you go... What did you do with Nightshade Blades? Did you go 0 on this?
I went 5.
It's still... 5? Okay.
Yeah, so, and it's still a solid, like, oh man, there's this swarm of enemies, I hit this button and they all die. Like, that's still nice, even though I only have 2 of them. I still just hit an ammo box every now and then, and just having that button as an option. But, most stuff I can take care of with melee, but every now and then when it's just like, there's a bunch of stuff right here, or if I just want to stack up a bunch of damage on a boss, you can pop Nightshade Blades to do that as well. So yeah, I've only got the 2, and I focus mainly on melee, but I think this build could do a ton of damage.
Yeah, Zeus was saying you could potentially...
with Nightshade Blades, if you took your grenade capacity.
Yeah, Zeus is saying you could go all out on Poison Strike, but then sacrifice the Nightshade Blades. I feel like I prefer Nightshade Blades. By the looks of things, I wasn't super impressed with the last, certainly at least the rank 6 on Poison Strike, I think. You could get some ridiculous range if you went range for rank 4 and also range for rank 6. That would, I would think, get... reduce dash range, rather.
Yeah, well, rank 6, reduces it. Yeah.
Oh, but you can use it more regularly.
It's a weird one. Yeah.
That does seem strange. Yeah, so I don't know about... I'm reluctant to go rank 6 here for Poison Strike, so I think, yeah, my preference is probably to go 3 here, 6, 6, 5 on Turian Veteran, because, again, not prioritizing the weapons as much as the powers, and then all the way down for the maximum melee on Venom Gauntlets. So let's try this out. But, so what is the play for Nightshade Blades? You're saying potentially either capacity or damage? Usually capacity, right?
Damage.
Oh, damage? Okay.
Damage. Yeah, you're getting enough. The capacity is only 1, and you're getting more than enough capacity out of your, if you want to slap on a mod.
Right, if you're going for the grenade capacity equipment slot, then you got plenty that way.
Yeah, then it's just like you've already got 7, you're totally good, and 30% damage is a lot.
Okay, so then we have either range or the poison duration. So I would think duration would still work, even if the damage scaling doesn't work on the poison.
I would think so as well.
And that paralysis duration, I mean, they might just all be dead, but, I mean, if they aren't,
I would say
freezing people for 7 seconds sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah. It doesn't seem terrible. I go range, just because, like, in order for the poison duration to matter, you have to get to the point where, like, you've shot this Nightshade Blades, and they didn't die to that, and a bunch of poison happened, and also you've been trying to kill them at the same time. They didn't die to any of that, like, in order to juice that little bit of value out of it, which means it isn't going to come up while mobbing a lot. It's only really going to come up on bosses, and it's still not that much damage, so I prefer the reach. But...
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be more effective at close range, right? So that makes me a little reluctant
Yeah.
to go with the
Yeah,
range,
it's
but
like-
does that also, like, make it more effective at longer range? Because I'm thinking of it as sort of like a shotgun, where presumably that's sort of like, it has the spread, where it means, the closer you are, the more projectiles are actually hitting the opponent, and therefore the more damage you deal. And so if you try to shoot from further away, you're going to deal less damage. But if you increase the range, do you also kind of narrow the spread of the fire, or is it also just spreading out the same way, and so you're not you're losing out on a lot of damage even at that range?
I will be honest, I'm not 100% sure because measuring that is very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like, in that case, maybe rank 5 just not great either way, but suppose... Does it prime this poison? In which case, could there be some benefit to having the additional duration just to have it easier to detonate something?
No. Poison does not prime, although, poison explosions would be sick.
That would be
That'd
so cool! They should totally do that. Ah, man. I wish that was a thing. But, okay, I guess I'll go with the range. Then, we've got rank 6's Enhanced Blades. So boost the concentration of venom in the blades to increase direct damage by 40% and poison damage by 60%. So, I assume that means the direct damage would work here for 40% increase, but the damage over time, 60% would not. That does hurt a bit, but that is still a lot of upfront damage. Versus Blades Explode after 3 seconds, doing 400 poisonous area damage. Does that work? I assume it still
Well, what do
works,
you
I
mean?
guess.
What do you mean by that?
So, is it basically just like the percentage increases to poison damage doesn't work? And so the exploding blades, I would think, would still be fine. Wouldn't be affected by that, right? Just trying to understand, are both of these working to their full extent, or is this bug, this glitch, making one of them less effective? And it sounds like the enhanced blades, the increased poison damage by 60%, that's not actually a factor, based on what we were talking about before.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was the thing I wanted to confirm. Thank you, Zingbar in chat. Because I know that ballistic blades, if you get the exploding blades, the explosion can also stagger.
Oh, okay.
Seems like Zingbar is saying this explode also staggers, which I wanted to make sure of before I officially recommended it. But yeah.
And Zeus says that 6A is not really good. Don't do it. So okay, exploding blades definitely then. That sounds cool. Okay.
So, yeah, because I think generally, like, you get a similar amount of like damage overall. You just gotta wait a second for it. Whereas, like, yes, the upfront damage on 6A is like kind of nice, but the double stagger is like very, very good. And I wanted to make sure that it actually did the double stagger like ballistic blades does.
Okay, so then we've got Biotic Focus, and this one looks really cool. So we're going 6 for this, absolutely. And the question was, to what extent do you go for the damage reduction, which is really strong. But, I mean, I think you'd go, or at least 4A seems preferable to me, just because you already have so many abilities that allow you to dash a bit. It seems like the additional movement speed is not really necessary on this character. For others, maybe, but I think you take the damage reduction instead.
I would take the damage reduction for sure, yeah. And then with rank 5, you get to take duration, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, this one I feel like is a little bit tricky. If you're trying to be a melee build, then 30% damage is a lot. But you probably want to have this Biotic Focus on as much as possible. And I assume the way that it works for the cooldown is that you trigger it, and then it's once it deactivates, is that when it's on cooldown? So, like, you use it and it lasts for 12 seconds, and then once that expires, then you have in this case, 4.2 second duration before you can put it back on?
No, it's when you hit the button. It's when you activate.
Oh, so does that mean you can basically just immediately reactivate once it expires?
Yeah.
Oh. Then why
it's just when you actually you can't use it and then use another power right away. Unless of course that power is Nightshade Blades, of course. In which case it's a grenade. So, but
I feel like that's tempting to go with melee damage then.
sorry, were you wanting to do this as like a hybrid melee like kind of thing?
Yeah, I was thinking. You go. I was thinking for Venom Gauntlets that we'd end up going primarily melee. I think we're just going all out damage. Which does mean, well, besides Biotic Focus giving us some survivability. So basically, getting a little bit of extra shields from, the rank 2 of fitness, but then relying on Biotic Focus to give us more damage reduction there. So maybe not crazy tanky, but still at least decent from taking a standpoint, and then just having absolutely absurd melee damage.
Yeah, the melee damage doesn't get like it doesn't get to Krogan Warlord levels.
Okay.
But yeah, like kind of I guess my concern is just like I think my concern is just like if we take grenade capacity 5 gear slot, that we're just going to have enough Nightshade Blades, especially with uses of ammo packs, because that's 42 free Nightshade Blades over the course of the game. My concern is that we're going to have enough Nightshade Blades that we can basically just kill everything with that, and the melee won't actually come up as much as we would think.
Okay.
That's like kind of my concern.
You think that there's enough damage with the Nightshade Blades that melee might just be irrelevant?
Yeah, there's enough damage, and we have enough Nightshade Blades because of the grenade capacity, and because we can just cash in ammo packs for 7 free Nightshade Blades apiece.
Okay.
I think we might have, like, I think we would probably have enough that we can just rely on Nightshade Blades as a primary damage source, and if we're doing that, then it gets a little tough to, like, try to use melee alongside it.
In which case... So we have Nightshade Blades would definitely be our primary source of damage. And then we're just Biotic Striking for mobility, and the Biotic Focus is just to make us not die. And the melee is, it's there, but it's not really a huge factor. Still get a little bit out of rank 3 fitness. We get anything... and we get at least a little bit from the beginning of Biotic Focus as well.
Yeah. Sorry, I should clarify. When I say you're not getting Krogan Warlord melee damage, the thing that I mean is you do not have a power like Biotic Hammer. Your base damage is pretty close to the Krogan Warlord's base melee damage, but... since you don't have some, like, a power that just, like, cranks it up to 11... you can't quite, melt bosses in the same way that the Krogan Warlord can. But, yeah, your base damage is very good, and your mobbing ability with melee is very good.
Hold on. Let's come back to this. I wanna take a look at fitness here for a second, and just see what numbers we start ending up with. Like, if we don't scale at all, on the bottom side of fitness, then we're still looking at 700 health and over 1,000 barrier with at least some damage reduction coming from Biotic Focus. So if we go all down and we go all damage reduction on Biotic Focus, then we are ridiculously tanky. Do we need that much tankiness? Or can we sacrifice some of that in the name of getting a little bit more melee damage? Probably here in Venom Gauntlets. But there's the potential, of course, to reduce the duration in order to increase the melee damage here. Ooh. These are tough choices.
Yeah, there's nothing... I think the thing that I would say probably is just, like, if you want to rely on melee as a secondary damage source, then you probably want to take, like, basically as many melee damage buffs as you can get to make sure that it's worth using. But if you're not doing that, then you probably want to drop all of them. Like,
yeah, it's everything or nothing.
Yeah, I think so. Because it's just like, if you kind of go in the middle, then it's just like, okay, my Nightshade Blades do more damage, and, like, can hit multiple enemies, and, like, I'm going to have enough of them that I can just kind of blast them at will. And then it gets tough to use melee at the same time. Whereas, like, if you want to make it worth using melee in order to conserve the resources a little bit, then you would probably want to really crank the melee. It just kind of depends on what your game plan is.
Yeah, and if we don't scale a bunch of damage from Turian Veteran, then we're probably looking at relying on a heavy damage shotgun. I mean, I'm fine with putting, like, the Wraith on, if that qualifies as high enough damage. I kind of want to go with the melee. I know it's maybe not, like... It's not the most straightforward way to do it. It'll be a little bit tough, it'll be a little bit more janky, and we won't be quite as survivable, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to be more fun, or at least...
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's worth a shot, because also you can play the character this way, and then if you decide that that you like Nightshade Blades or melee more, then eventually you can spend a power reset card and do one or the other, or do a promotion and do one or the other.
Yeah.
But this gives you kind of a little bit of a taste of both.
Yeah.
Which is, like, nice.
Okay, in which case, this rank 6 either way looks like absolutely insanely powerful. But if we're going with the melee, then I think we're probably going with the bottom. For tons of damage reduction and a sizable melee damage boof. Boof and...
Boof.
Or boost and what was it? And buff. I combined into boof. Yes, a boof. How much is it? It's... Do stand taken 20%, increase movement speed by 7.5, melee damage by 30. Yeah. Let's go for this. We've got 75% increased melee damage just from Biotic Focus. Then we've got already 35 coming here, but I think we go all out and we get a ton from the Venom Gauntlets as well. Melee damage by 75% for 30 seconds after an enemy is killed by heavy melee. Alternatively, the shield recharge time. I mean, that one you could maybe make the case if you aren't planning on using specifically heavy melee, then this obviously doesn't do you any good. In which case, it gives you a little bit of a chance to load up a bit more on the defenses. But you were saying the heavy melee is quite powerful. It's sort of that mini dash.
Yeah. I mean, it teleports you, and it teleports you a solid little distance. You know, it's obviously not like an actual shadow strike or anything. You can't use it to teleport across the map or anything, but you get a solid bit of extra range on it, and the animation actually comes out relatively fast.
Okay.
Yeah, so the heavy melee is pretty good. Generally, the heavy melee is kind of if you're using melee, you're probably going to be using the heavy melee more often than not.
Okay, I think let's go for it. And yeah, Zingbar, we have some room. Just obviously taking a little time here to set up the Cabal and theorizing what the best way to do that would be, because well, it is a very interesting character. I mean, look at this. We go top here. We've got 95% melee damage, and even more if we've taken someone out with heavy melee recently. And then Biotic Focus has given us another 75%. That's absurd. That's a ton. Then we go with our remaining points in Turian Veteran here. And this should be enough to get us up to 4. Actually, can we go? Oh, no, 5. Yeah, we can go up to 5. Okay, so we're going power damage here, I think, because that boosts the Nightshade Blades and theoretically Poison Strike, although that's probably not that big of a factor. That's still 600 damage. I mean, that's something. Not huge, but... Oh, and it also increases weight capacity, so that'll help the cooldown, and I think that will be a bit of a factor, too. And then power damage and force. Let's do that. So that means that puts Nightshade Blades at 2,220. Poison Strike 775. That's, yeah. It's not huge, but it's something for sure. And then we've got the crazy melee. So, you know, I like it. We're not the tankiest character out there, but I mean, still a decent-sized life pool combined with 45% damage reduction. That's still really tanky. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's a nice middle ground.
Yeah, so you should be able to get some damage for sure. Yeah, and Zeus, that is good advice in chat. Yeah, dash in, blades, focus, heavy melee, and then like blink out and shoot. Yeah, it's kind of the gist, and it'll switch up a little bit based on situation, but yeah, kind of you want to get all your damage up front, and just a lot of things will die to that, which will obviously make surviving easier. So you wanna pop your Nightshade Blades pretty early, but then you can kind of just supplement it with your other forms of damage. And yeah, so you were done with the build now, and it looks like Zingbar is looking to hop in.
Yeah,
So.
let me actually get us in the lobby here. Yeah, so I can tell you right now, at least initially, I'm not going to get the combo perfect. It's going to take some time, I think, to get used to the actual workings of, dashing in, hitting with the damage over time stuff early, and then using other stuff later on to finish the job and get out of trouble. But that's part of it. We're setting things up here, and then we're gonna experiment a bit. We're gonna try it out. It's the first time for everything. And Zingbar, if you're on, I can send you an invite, though I at least didn't initially see you here. Yeah, definitely thinking we're going for the additional grenade capacity here. For fully upgrading those blades. Oh, also we did increase the weight capacity, so I'm curious now what our cooldown is. 2.87 seconds is not bad for the poison strike. It's not all the time, but okay, that doesn't have a cooldown. And the focus is 3.6 seconds, is not instantaneous, but it's not bad. And then this is just using a wraith. And you're saying we probably want to try to get more damage on it, right?
Oh
like,
yeah, you
melee
I would
damage,
say you
that
want
is.
I would say you want an Omni Blade, like almost for certain.
It's heavy though.
Wait, actually,
You go
yeah,
for-
it's a little heavier, but you should be.
You go for the
I
blade
think
attachment
you-
instead? It's what it's. I don't have them fully upgraded, so the difference is 17.5% damage versus 30. I only have level 1
Oh yeah,
Omni Blade.
I would. Yeah,
That might not be worth it then.
even though Omni Blade is 1, yeah, I would still go for it.
You'd still do it? So it's what?
Yeah,
It's
like
12.5
maybe-
additional
I would say,
damage?
Yeah, like maybe if your like normal blade was 5, so it did 25% damage, and then you had Omni Blade 1, so the Omni Blade only did 30 but gave you the weight, then maybe you could go for the blade, but yeah, between 17 and 30, yeah, I would go for the 30.
Okay. So melee damage should be absolutely ridiculous here. And everything is a detonator? Okay. So the grenades can detonate. Can the poison strike detonate?
Poison strike can, yeah.
Oh wow. I guess it's sort of like the biotic charge equivalent, so I suppose that does make sense.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. And we got Zingbar in here. Okay, perfect. Oh, and Zingbar, are you hanging out in Discord? You are. Let me get you in here. There we go. How's it going, Zingbar? How are you? So yeah, we've finally got our Cabal set up here. We are today trying out some characters that I have, for the longest time, wanted to play, but for the longest time thought they're way too complex to figure them out. And so finally breaking down those barriers and getting in on it. Last time it was the Awakened Collector. This time it's the Cabal. And Dusk and I are just switching spots.
I've not really tried the Cabal Vanguard that much, and I still haven't really got my head around her. Probably one day for me as well, I'll actually try and master the class maybe, but I admire you trying to do that today. And
Exactly.
Yeah, it's always good to try something new.
Yeah. I was playing the last game, and I was actually like, because I played it a tiny bit before, but like not a ton. But the way I had it set up today, I was like kind of really digging it. Where it was just like, it felt like it had, like that build had a higher skill ceiling than a lot of my other builds, where it was like you
Yeah.
could be doing so much stuff at once that was like all kind of a little bit intensive, which honestly I enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a class that you've got to be awake to play.
Yeah, for sure.
But as I am not awake most of the time,
Yeah.
I usually like my more brain dead classes.
Yeah.
cruise control classes. But I mean, I suppose a similar class, I guess, to that is like the N7 Fury. Like, I can play well that class if I'm really awake and like really like concentrating full gamer mode, everything like that.
Right. But if you're walking straight into people, then you're gonna get blown up pretty quickly on her,
Yeah,
right?
well, that's where Geth Scanner comes in, at least. That's for me like a class where Geth Scanner really comes in handy, because so then you can at least anticipate it helps make it. You can at least anticipate your decision making a bit better based on like what you can see in front of you behind walls or whatever.
Mhm.
You know what? I should actually, now that you're talking about it, I haven't tried a collector that with Geth Scanner before. I want to do that because you could most certainly dark spear some things around walls.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like
Can the
you
explosion
can
go through
definitely use
walls?
that to take advantage.
Well, it doesn't go through walls, but if something is on the other side of the wall, then you can just throw a dark spear out into the open, where
Yeah.
Yeah.
the dark spear
Just
is adjacent
use the
to it, and then
blast,
blow it up.
Yeah. I've been using the Asari Valkyrie lately, and I actually forgot how much I liked her, to be honest. Kind of like forgot about her once I started playing up the N7 Fury mode, but I really like this Valkyrie, and I use Geth Scan on her as well, like similarly to how I would use it on the N7 Fury. Because
Yeah.
she's also
Well,
like
yeah.
a very close quarters class, so anything close quarters like that, yeah, that's where it comes in. And I don't know, it could be quite good on the Cabal Vanguard as well, maybe. I don't really know
Yeah.
like what works best on it, but I could see Geth Scanner maybe working on it. It will at least
I mean-
increase your situational awareness, and which indirectly improves your survivability, I suppose.
Yeah.
Unless you really
It
want to
kinda depends.
melee. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of depends on how much you're already poison striking through the walls.
Yeah, but that's good too,
Because
isn't it?
if you-
Because
Yeah, because like if you,
yeah.
it is, yeah. If you're already doing it a lot, then like this can just tell you more about, if poison striking through this wall is gonna get you killed.
Because you could be poison striking into like a whole bunch of crap for you without you knowing otherwise. Yeah, that's a good point, to be fair.
Yeah, I still think I think for the build we have, grenade capacity is like that. I think grenade capacity is like literally required, but that's an interesting idea.
Wait, does the Cabal Vanguard rely off grenade capacity?
Nightshade Blades is a grenade.
Oh, does it? Oh.
Yeah, it is. It is not the same. It is not the same as ballistic blades.
In that sense, no. Oh, okay. So it's actually finite. I did not know that.
Mhm.
I thought it was basically just a renamed ballistic blades, basically. But okay, that makes sense.
All right. Shall we open this thing up? Get some other people in here? From the last spot?
Let's do it.
How are we feeling from a difficulty standpoint? I feel like now we've got Zingbar in here, we might be able to bump this up to gold. I mean, that being said, this is my first time going with the Vanguard, or the Cabal.
Yeah, I mean, Platinum might be a bit much, especially if you're just on a training wheel still of a certain class. I'm quite confident Platinum actually on this Valkyrie. I got into some really good Platinum games with a few other guys on Discord, but I think gold will be okay. It gives you I think it'll give you the best learning curve.
Yeah. It's like we were saying, this is definitely a complicated character to use, and this is my first time using it. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm not going to play this perfectly, but I'm looking forward to getting the chance to try it out, because I think it's going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
That's what matters at the end of the day.
I'd like... Really, I think I'd like to go without armor, ammo, or weapon bonuses just to see what it's like with the base Cabal.
Oh, by the way, I think I played with you the other day. It was a random game.
I think so. I think I randomly queued in, and I was going... What was it? I think we were on Glacier, was it? The little tiny one?
Glacier, that's it.
And I think it was
Glacier.
Collector, and I was using the Shadow. I think
Oh,
I was,
the
or at least
shadow, okay.
initially, I think I was the shadow, and so I was shadow striking into people, and then just immediately blowing myself up. I was like, well, this is terrible. This does not work very well.
Yeah.
This is not a good combo.
Yeah, I think it was like collect as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I
it
think.
was like collectors. Okay, I'm gonna shadow strike into an abomination. It goes boom. Now I'm dead. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah, that was just another happy accident.
Yep. Well,
'Cause
anyways.
I don't think you were. Yeah.
Then I think I switched over. I was like, all right, enough of this. But anyways, I think I'm good to go here if you guys are.
Yeah, I'm all
You-
ready.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, so we will eventually want to throw on things like disruptive rounds and what have you. But at least initially, very first time I play a character, I generally like to go without any of those ammo effects or armor effects or what have you, just to see what it's like unchanged. You know, like get a baseline for this is what the character's like, and then you have a better sense of, okay, does the character need more shield stripping? Does the character need more X, more Y, more Z? And then you have a better understanding, because otherwise, you know, you get used to the additional power from one of those effects, and then it's like, okay, well, then suddenly you take those away, and you're like, excuse me? So that's the strike, the poison strike. We can do through people, like that. Okay, so that's one option. What is the range on it exactly? Also, that's the heavy melee. Okay. Is collectors, so people are going to go boom, which is a little bit unfortunate, because we are kind of a close-range person. Casually attack that. Okay. So we've got that. We've got the Biotic Focus. Let's just throw that on here. See what that's all about.
Come on.
Oh, that went further than I was expecting, but okay. Huzzah. Oh, that was also a person. Okay.
Enemy is regrouping.
Let's that.
Enemy force approaching.
So we're saying ideally you basically go in, do some of this. Oh, well, it'd be helpful if we actually had an enemy to do that to. Yeah, we gotta be careful of these guys. So, is that an abomination or is that? Oh, that's just an open one. Okay. Oh, that's not where I thought I was gonna be. There we go. Oh, those poison strikes are taking me through walls unexpectedly with some regularity. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah, you gotta. I'm gonna say, even without the range upgrade, you do kind of have to get used to the range on it.
Yeah, I'm like going up
And make
into the
sure
building.
you
Like, where did that
Go
come
and
from?
do stuff intentionally.
Let's see, like
Oh,
heavy
there's something on
melee.
me. Whoopsies. Get away from me,
That
please.
okay? Versus light melee, just a little poke. Gotcha.
Forces down to
Gotcha. Yeah, so this is probably not the best of matchups, the collectors, for the same reason.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about some similarities between the Cabal and the Shadow, and then saying that the Shadow struggles a bit against Collector, and then well, we get Collector. Let me go through. Darn it! Hold on. There we go.
device disabled.
Okay.
Carbine just melting everything.
I really thought I was going to end up in the wall there. Just, you know, casually going through all the walls. I think I'm pretty sure I'm about to go into a Praetorian. Yep. Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Ah.
Is hurt. Find the targets and have the devices.
Okay, got that. Let me come to Justice's rescue here. Through a Praetorian while we're at it.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get the third one. 'Cause it's relatively clear down here.
Okay, bend over. Do have some friends behind me, but
Nah, you're right. You just got those beams following you.
yeah. Are those the possessed bees?
I think they're possessed.
I think they might have been. Oh yeah, they are. just also delay when you're throwing out your grenades. Oh, hold on, hold on. Oh no! Yeah! Oh, we had it for a second. Saw it. Let me grab this one while we're at it. No, wait, where is it? Got it? Let's remember this other one. Ooh. Yeah, so definitely gonna have to get more the hang of, like, we should absolutely be using the grenades more often, for sure. But, that's one where I think, you know, getting into the flow more, where it's like, okay, you go in, hit them with the grenades, you go out, hit them with a heavy melee or something. We should also probably not be halfway across the map, as we are casually spamming our skills here to test them out. I was kind of hoping I would dash the other side of you, like so. Uh-oh. Oh, we got the bees. We got the bees! We also may be about to get stumped. Oh no, Rando's got me. Rando's got me. What kind of trouble can we get ourselves into now? Hopefully a lot. Also, it is a little disorienting sometimes when you teleport through the walls. You're like, wait, where am I now? Oh, nope, I am on the wrong side of you. Yeah, so definitely gonna take some getting used to, but it's an interesting set of skills for sure. Oh! Okay, just should have teleported outside of the map, and I really thought I was about to experience some kind of like horrendous game-breaking bug, but no, it did let me, kind of, sort of. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of... Oh, that was quick. Maybe not the best time to be reading chat, but it's gonna take definitely some getting used to. Mastering the timing of all, because there's a lot of things you gotta think about. And especially since you're so mobile, and you're gonna be teleporting through walls, the situation you find yourself in could dramatically change in a split second.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have not really been using the Biotic Focus at all. That's another one where it's like, you know, once you get into the hang of it, then it should be just sort of like an afterthought. You use it once, and then, you know, it's on whenever you need it. Whereas right now, it's more of a, okay, I need to make more of a conscious effort of, okay, now's Biotic Focus, now's the dash, now's the grenades, so it's gonna be harder to work that into the rotation.
It just started flying just
How are you liking the collector dust?
It's working. I don't know how I quite feel about the Geth scanner. I think I might like Commando Package more. But it's worth a shot. And it's like, there's some solid things you can do with it. I think there are maps where I might prefer
What's
Geth
the
scanners.
Here, another foreign. As it would be. Curiosity. We do that. Got the melee buff up now.
Oh.
How strong are we? Oh, I missed.
Hold up.
Targets are eliminated. Good work.
I got your lids.
Thank you.
I never
Oh,
mind.
come on.
Oh, come on. Grab. Or not. Alright, let's get this up. We should be using that more often. Ooh. Gonna get the grenade off. Again, a lot of it is just like, when you're dashing around, and you're trying to aim at an enemy, you dash, suddenly you're on the other side of them, and then turning around quickly and actually hitting them with your next skill is easier said than done.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. It's just like there's so much skill ceiling to the character. Honestly, no matter how you build it, but then specifically with some builds more than others.
Oh, I'm out of grenades. I'm trying to use them. It's like nothing's happening.
Let that thing die.
Oh, bad timing. Hold on. Hold on, though. We got you. We got you. Get out of here. Should have been a heavy melee kill at the end of the day, I think. I thought I saw other people here. No? See, this is a problem. Explodey dudes. You. Also, not gonna lie, Dusk. Seeing a collector for a second there did disorient me a bit. I may have just thought you were an enemy for a second.
That's fair. You're valid.
Let's try focusing a little bit more on just, rather than striking straight into people and using the grenades, which we have run out of. I suppose we should probably do some of this, but see what we can do with the melee. I did scale a lot of melee. Oh, hello, Praetorian. That's maybe not the best time to be focusing on the melee damage, though. Uh-oh. Oh, that's still grenade territory. Oh, no. Stop. Oh, we got a Praetorian back here as well. Now I'm getting stuck.
Oh, I miss this character so much. I haven't played this character in so long.
It's melee Praetorians. What could possibly go wrong?
Why am I getting staggered like from nothing? I'm getting staggered like in out of thin air. It's really annoying. And my warp misses when it doesn't when that happens. Annoying.
Go down. Yo. Now we're in the other building.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Enemies approaching.
I got some Scions down here.
Yep.
And a Praetorian. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh, except I got beat. Never mind, here goes quite literally nothing. Oh, hello. Don't mind if I do. Even if you blow up on me. Oh, not these. Also, not that. I heard a big baddie.
I've got a possessed Praetorian in here.
Okay, yeah, definitely heard a Praetorian, I was gonna say. Get out of here!
Oh, whoopsies.
Oh.
Team member is hurt.
That, Scion still hit us even as we were doing our side dash, you think. Good aim for the Scion. Press. So this guy's gonna hurt. Let's set it up. Okay, hold on. The grab. Okay, well, not like this. But I suppose this works too. Ow. Please stop. Guess we're not beat anymore. Oh. What do I get for just hopping over the cover trying to set up the grab? So be it. Thank you.
Nice.
Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping. A high-ranking officer in the hard drive he carried are MIA. Retrieve that object and
Yeah,
bring it in.
I'll try and get the first one if I can. There we go.
Oh, yeah, there's a party over there. Heads up that, Torrent's flying dust. Now you're gonna blow it up if you want.
Get back to the extraction zone. Your object has been dropped. Get over there.
I feel like I'm getting worse at this now.
Back zone.
Oh, this is not good.
I got it. There we go.
Nice work. Get back to the extraction zone. Lost regrouping has been spotted.
Oh, it's right next to the LZ. That's pretty convenient.
Ah.
Nice job. Get back to the extraction zone. Nice object has been
Oh,
dropped.
hello. Hi. Hello.
Get back to the extraction zone. Nice squad. Remember, green light up. Nice job. Get back to the extraction zone.
Give me just a second. Let's
Yeah, I'm
open
in the
it up.
middle of nowhere.
I got you.
Thank you. Oh, man. Ooh.
Honestly, I'm gonna very intentionally not detonate this dark spin.
Okay. Good idea, probably.
All clear. Good work. Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Get to the extraction zone.
Another joins your ranks.
Oh, and Joel! Thanks for the sub. How's it going, man? Good to see you.
Hey.
How you been? Playing some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. I'm probably about to get killed by this Praetorian over here.
Nah, we got it.
I mean, not if I dash into him. Trying out a new character. A tough character, but a very cool character. It's definitely still gonna take a lot more practice to get the hang of it. But so far, looking cool. Ow. Oh, really? The abomination exploding on me did me in. Oops.
Hold up.
And Alonzo, how's it going? This is my first time playing on the Cabal. It's, possibly the character that I, more so than any other character, I've always wanted to play, but I've always been fearful of how difficult it would be to design it and actually play it. But, finally given it a shot. It is definitely complex, so, I am by no means used to it yet, but, oh, hello. But it is fun.
Yeah, we might wanna run out together again to take the long way.
We'll do this.
You know that works too.
I
Oh
can
no,
not get
you
stuck-
spawned a Praetorian next to me.
Ah!
No, I made it, I'm good.
If I could dash through this wall, that'd be great. How'd you get all the way over here so fast, Does? I mean, I could get stuck on some walls, I suppose. Alright, don't do anything to dash. Oh, grenades! we got it.
Nice. 18 minutes.
Yeah, I did almost nothing in that one. That's right, Alonzo. It looks like it's a ton of fun, but it is really complex, and so I need a ton more practice. Probably on some lower difficulties to just get the hang of, like, okay, this is what it's like when you're going against the random mobs. You know, you use these abilities. This is the combo you're looking for, whereas, you know, if you're going against the bigger enemies, this is the combo you're looking for. So, you know, not one of my more stellar performances there, but, you know, I still think with practice, that could become a really fun character. Whereas, on the other hand, with the Awakened Collector was sort of the other one that I was also putting into that category, but I think that in some ways I was surprised by how straightforward that one was, comparatively speaking. As long as you just have that sphere, you throw it out there, and when you have a lot of people, you make it go boom.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of the benefit of like the particular build
Yeah, we sort of simplified it, right?
that I do for the collector. Yeah, because at its core it does have a lot of elements, but if you strip some of them out, then it can like boil down pretty simply and just be really fundamentally good at a lot of things.
Yeah. Alright, and so we have, of course, recently unlocked the last of the characters. So I've now shifted over to opening up arsenal packs, because I think weapons are still the things that I'm looking to finish
Oh, have
upgrading.
you unlocked all the characters now?
Yeah, just at the very end of last week, finally got the Batarian Soldier, which was the last one.
Have you played much of them yet?
Not at all. Not at all yet, no.
Oh, it might be a good
So,
time to do so.
yeah,
tonight
he's
then,
on
I
the
think.
list. He's definitely on the
Yeah.
list then.
Was that the next thing you were thinking? I know you said you had something else in mind after
It's a little bit
the
different.
first two games.
It's a little more ambitious than just that. And also, I just, in between streams, got my first weapon up to rank 10. So, like I said, started opening up the arsenal packs, and so some of them now fully upgraded, and I'll give you one guess as to what the first weapon that I got fully upgraded was. It's not the Predator, although that's getting close now. Hornet's getting pretty close as well.
The Avenger or something? No.
I'm trying to think, because the thing is, you kind of skipped on recruit packs early on, so I'm not sure if it even is one of the base weapons. It could be something else. It could be like a face stone or something.
Yeah. I was thinking Avenger maybe, but yeah.
Oh, okay, we got some requests.
We got some requests from Alonzo here. We're going Jade, we're going Cerberus. Picking Solarians with Solarian weapons. Okay. Okay.
I
let's
never
see.
touched Solarians, but I know which one I'm playing if there's any one I have to play.
The weapon that got fully upgraded first, I don't believe is a Solarian weapon, but I'll let's see. I'll show it to you once we
The
select
problem
here.
with Solarians is that there are only like 2 characters who are Solarians.
There's the engineer and there's what, the infiltrator? Is that it?
The infiltrator, yeah.
Yep.
I don't understand though why there isn't like a soldier because of the existence of STG. I've never understood that.
I mean, I get that they're not like the big tanky frontline people, but you would think there'd still be some kind of soldier setup they could have.
Yeah, I think there could have been.
I mean, I get the engineer, I get the infiltrator. Don't think we ever really see any biotic Solarians. I mean,
No.
they're supposed to be more so like the super tech people. But I mean, you could still have like a Sentinel. Maybe. Maybe not an Adept, but you could have a Solarian Sentinel, I feel. Vanguard feels a little strange, having a tiny little Solarian charging into you. Yeah, they aren't really, like, is it impossible for them to be biotics, or is it just really unusual? Like, obviously, the Asari are very much well known for their biotics.
They're naturally gifted in biotics.
Yeah.
It's part of their biology.
Yeah, it's like, it makes sense that there's a bunch of
obviously no.
Asari adepts.
There could be somewhere in the lore if they're like celebrity with biotic implants. Maybe I don't know. I was always quite amused by the prospect of a Quarian biotic, though. That'd be quite cool.
Huh. That'd be interesting.
Definitely.
Alright.
I think it's certainly possible, but obviously it's just not recognized here.
Yeah. So I have a fully deployed engineer. My infiltrator, I think I promoted a while back and never proceeded to upgrade him the rest of the points. So
Yeah.
I might go with the engineer just for simplicity's sake here.
I'm just going infiltrator because I know it can be really good. Although if it's Solarian only weapons, that could be a different story.
Yeah.
So
I'm
what are
trying
the
to think.
Solarian weapons?
I can't think. Of
I mean, I
many.
know Scorpion is one.
Scorpion is.
one. I think the Venom shotgun is one, isn't it?
I can check. Hold on.
Because that to me seems like a Solarian. I can check the lore.
Venom.
Especially- yeah, it's a
Alonzo says
Solarian-
Venom.
It's
It
a
is,
Solarian
yeah.
weapon, yeah, by special task group. Mine's only my Venom's only like level.
So this was my first weapon that I got to level 10.
Are there any Solarian snipers?
I
Good
haven't found one.
Fashion.
Which is
Got Executioner
This
up
is
to
gonna
level
be,
10.
This is gonna be rough. Because I can only think of just those 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I might go. Might go Scorpion.
Oh, the Acolyte is another Asari.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an Asari weapon. I keep thinking that's a Solarian weapon because it's, I don't know, it's a bit like the. It is, I always think of the Scorpion. They just to me seem quite similar. Yeah, I think it's just those 2.
Yeah, Zeus says only 2. Venom and the Scorpion.
Yeah, it's quite limiting. Oh well. Good
Take a
excuse
look
to
at
put on
the Venom.
the Venom, I suppose.
I didn't have that. Not even sure if I do.
I'll probably
I do.
do the engineer and use, like, because, you know, you can use Acolyte to, not Acolyte, Scorpion to apply ammo effects pretty easy, and we could get some combos going on, so I think
it on
that's...
Phantoms at least, because it's stagger, because of the stagger.
Yeah.
So you can use it for that. Increase melee, increase recharge speed.
Oh, where'd it go? Ah, here.
I want energy drain at max.
I think we'll go with the melee damage on the pistol, the melee stun. That seems like a logical choice.
Are you trying to do a melee
No.
Slavian build?
No. I mean, if you went Infiltrator, I mean, maybe you could try with the tack cloak buff, but no. I think that's probably not the play here.
Let's see, what rounds do I want?
Venom is really
Question.
powerful. I think Venom was one of the first weapons that I unlocked. That was like my go-to at the very beginning. But it's been, I don't think I've used it for months. I don't know if I've ever used the Scorpion. Out of curiosity, what level is the Venom at for me right now?
Mine's only 2.
Yeah, my Scorpion is only 2. To go. I swear, I'm going past all of these. There, it is the last one. Yeah, it's also 2. That's not really a tiebreaker in that case. I assume that the Scorpion is considerably lighter, which for power-based characters...
I'm glad the
Maybe
person
worth-
who suggested this challenge was at least courteous enough to not suggest collectors. Because that would be, I think, overly cool.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So then in terms of the setup here, so we're gonna have a lot of what? A lot of Incinerate. And what is the Infiltrator is what? Overload, is it?
The Infiltrator is Cloak, Energy Drain,
Energy Drain.
mine.
The random has actually chosen Solarian as well.
Massive.
Well
He knows what we're
done.
doing.
Well done. They caught
But
on.
he's got the Black Widow one, so he's not fully. So he's got a
True.
pretty OP setup. So he's gonna be carrying us.
Let's go with the Batarian Gauntlet. No, probably not.
Oh, wait, hold up, wait, they changed to a Talon... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Oh, they changed again. For a second, they changed to a Talon Mercenary, but they had a Scorpion on.
What?
Now they changed... Oh, and now they're gone.
No!
He gave up.
Okay, I think...
The Talon's not. The Talon pistol isn't. No. That's not a Slavian weapon.
No, Talon is
Is it N7?
Ceruleus.
Yeah, that's a shame. That would be pretty OP
Wait.
actually then.
Okay.
Talon is Ceruleus, isn't it?
I think so.
Because that's the Guardian pistol.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
Increased
I'm
damage.
good to go here.
I'm
My
not
shields?
quite.
Oh, wow.
One thing we're going to be really screwed. Do we have anything that actually tackles armor? Because
I've
the
got Incinerate.
Scorpion and the Venom can't deal with armor because they're projectile based.
Got Incinerate with armor damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
do
I'll
shields.
actually... Oh, I kind of wish I had done this differently. Now that I think about it, this could actually just be another version of a Freeze combo Incinerate build, where I could just pop Cryo on the Scorpion and use Freeze
the
combo
rounds?
version on Incinerate.
The cryo
Yeah,
rounds?
um,
Okay.
Yeah, because like now that I think about it, I could do that. That's not the way I have it set up because I have this Solarian Engineer. I have a little more generally spec'd. I don't have it spec'd for that specific combo. But yeah, this could be similar. Like I could build this similarly to the way
go
that I
for
play,
that as
like
well.
you know, Vulture Hunter and like Quarian Engineer and other Incinerate Freeze combo engineers.
How is the Scorpion when it comes to applying ammo effects?
Very good.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll throw it on then. Throw on the cryo.
Yeah, I'm saying because it's just you'll only be getting the the mad extra damage if you specifically take the freeze combo evolution, but either way, you'll still be getting cryo explosions, which is still good.
Also,
which is
if we
why
were
I'm still-
worried about armor, we just got a flamer. I don't think we need to worry
Right.
about armor anymore.
Okay, let's look at it before they leave. You all good?
Not quite. I'm
Hmm.
trying to put on a gear bonus. I think will work. I might just put a shotgun one on. Can't find it though. There we go. Actually, since I'm an infiltrator, I might as well put both on, both the Scorpion and the Venom. Might as well.
Oh, I do not have a lot of pistol amps. Okay, maybe not on that.
There
Let's
we go.
spam our
I've got-
abilities.
I'm rocking both, the Venom shotgun and the Scorpion.
Nice. All out
Well,
Solarian.
Infiltrator won't need to care too much because of the way Tactical Club's cooldown works.
Yep.
So I might as well put both on.
Get that.
I'm
Get
mostly
that
gonna be
3
using the Venom,
seconds every single time.
What's
Let's
up,
see
Commander
how this-
PN?
Let's see how well this actually gets. Full on Solarian.
Yes,
So
we're
that
doing
means
a
the map-
full Solarian round
Wait.
here.
Oh wait, isn't this the map where you like fight alongside the SCG too? Like,
Yeah,
in the
I mean, this
campaign?
was part of the request, right? I guess it's probably not a coincidence.
This is part of the Solarian
wait.
mode, isn't it? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
This is, yeah, the Solarian homeworld. This is Sir
Yeah.
Cash.
It's okay.
Okay, it has
there
been
we go.
so long since I played this guy. What do we got going here? In theory, there's someone over there.
God, I am shite with this Venom. There we go.
Casually spam this. And I
Ooh,
threw on
actually,
the power efficiency 3, so I should be able to, like, throw these powers out here like crazy. Hopefully. That's not what I meant to do, though.
Okay, this Venom shot. Okay, I'm slowly getting the hang of this Venom shotgun.
Ah, vaguely remember this always happened to me when I was playing this character previously. I always accidentally put out the clone rather than the incinerate. Ow. Ow. Gracias.
No problem.
Over here? Oh, yes. Apparently.
It was just a lonely nemesis.
Sorry, Nemesis.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, it had to be this way.
Yeah, I'm quite liking this Venom actually now.
Oh, hello. So dude who's right next to me.
Hi, Guardian.
There are a bunch of people up here. Think? Oh, yes. Hello.
Guardians are a bit of a pain in the ass. Come on.
Yeah. If you can get a good shot with the
Yeah.
with the Scorpion, you can get him. But
You have to clip them from behind, but you have to get at the right angle to do it.
yeah. Luckily, with cryo rounds, if you do, they are pretty toast because they'll loot up the shield that way.
Yeah, I got him.
I don't even remember what the deal is with the, oh, hello. The Scorpion here.
Oh, is that how many still alive?
It's not a charge weapon, is it?
The Scorpion? No, it's not.
Okay. Emphasis here somewhere. There you are.
I'm reading only one more left.
Oh. Hold on. There we go.
Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping.
Is there anything in particular
Established planet side.
about the Scorpion?
Your mission is to
Is it
disable the targets.
shield
Aim
remover?
for
or something?
the. It's best to aim if you want to get the most damage out of it. You need to aim for the feet. because of the way explosions work,
Oh.
and you can set them off instantly if you if those explosions like hit the ground like near the feet. of, like, the enemy you're
Oh,
shooting at.
okay.
So because it can be turned into like a pseudo proximity mine that will obviously detonate if an enemy is close enough by, so you can sort of like trick it into instantly exploding. But by doing it that way, so you want to aim for the feet, and the way the explosion damage works, you generally want to go for the feet, or like near the feet as much as you can to get the most out of it. And it staggers too, so which makes it particularly good in phantoms.
Half the devices are down. Stay on it.
So same with the Venom shotgun, you just want to aim for the
Yeah,
feet
it's
to
like
get
the
most
Venom.
out of the explosion, to get the most out of the explosion damage. Atlases are going to be a bit of a problem, just because they're going to be super tanky.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And
Although
some of
the
it will
Flame is gonna be-
do the trick eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, Flame will be a great help.
Got it? Okay. Pretty clear at the moment.
Oh, how'd that work?
Targets neutralized.
Nice.
Easy peasy.
Oh. Hello. Who is left? Apparently that person behind me.
Down to the last enemy. Clean sweep. Well done.
I like seeing the enemies just sort of like bounce when they die off the Venom projectile, like bounce off the ground. It's quite amusing.
Yeah. All near this.
Yeah, I kinda wish there were more weapons that like actually had force as an aspect to them. Because a lot of weapons just stagger because they do enough damage, but Venom actually just is a weapon that applies force in the way that biotic powers do, which is like interesting.
Oh. Oh, hello. Oh, I hear Phantom.
Wait, is that some tech? No. Oh, okay.
Phantom dead? No, well, now she is.
My Slaylian just said stop it to himself because he walked over his own Scorpion mine.
Well done, team. Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Enemy force approaching.
Oh, Atlas down here. Okay. Shields? Yes, you do. Good job. Taking down that armor. Pyro. Now to this one. Trooper. You don't have any shields. Ow. Oh, Atlas on our flank as well. Ow.
But
Thank you. Any friends in here now? Okay. Oh, Nemesis? Where'd she come from? assumed it was just the Atlas. Oh, you.
Enemy forces at half strength. We've got a drone downed in the area. It's got true position data. Good work. Stay close so your Omni tool keeps it alive.
That's not the one I wanted.
Fancy
Wait,
done.
can I do this? No, I can't. Not exactly. That'd be cool.
Please attack that instead. Or not.
We're offline. The drone is down. Get close again.
Thank you.
Watch out, it's a phantom.
Yeah. Oh, man. Thank you. Gotta get the shields back. There we go.
That's what energy drains.
Yep, I just needed someone to come in for an energy drain is all.
Nice.
Canvas is trying to snipe us from somewhere over here. Where is he? You? Must be.
Oh, hello.
Goodbye. Other one. There.
Oh, what? Where'd that dragoon come from?
That's a good question. He's on top of me. Hold on.
I don't know what the fuck. It doesn't matter.
We got a phantom on top of us somewhere as well.
Yeah.
That's technically what killed me. I don't see it. Where's it? Hear it.
Hey,
Oh, down there.
good.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Enemy is regrouping.
Yeah, this build is weird because the thing is, with the cryo rounds, you have to. It seems like you have to direct hit in order to actually apply the cryo effect,
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
which is like, yeah.
Kind of
So it's like,
counterintuitive.
well,
Counterproductive,
I mean,
I should say.
oh, that's stuff to the side.
Well,
Kinda, but also like, it's I don't know. It's just kind of a different way of playing it. You know, it just depends on whether you're going for the raw weapon damage or for the tech combos. Because if you're going for the raw weapon damage,
Yeah.
then you're going to get it more reliably by aiming at the feet, probably. But if you're going for the combos, then you should probably just aim for the body. But
Okay,
it's
I'll
a
find
little tough to say.
Oh, Atlas. Hello. Not see you there. We got a bunch of stuff going on over here.
Yeah, for sure. Ah, okay. I didn't want to use that aspect.
Who's behind me?
Okay, there are two turrets exactly where I'm standing. I don't know how long I'm gonna last in here.
Okay.
Hold up.
I've got a phantom on this. Where is it? Here. Oh, there she is. And while we're at it,
Oh, come on.
everyone is down.
That's a range revive. I'll try and get you lids.
Okay. I've got one dragoon and one phantom down the stairs. Not sure how close they are to me right now. Right over there is where the phantom was. Away he goes. Yeah, we've got the, hear the Atlas. Let's go help.
Oh, that's a phantom. Oh, I got sinks.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was. Oh, what?
No,
It
you're
did
good,
the
you're good.
full
Get out of
sync
there, get out of
animation, and I did not die. I have no idea what happened.
Interesting. Bye, Phantom.
Safe. Safe down, guys. Don't worry. Grab him. Oh, darn it. Hold on. Go for the grab. Go
salute
for the
was
grab.
in my chest, and I said no.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, he's not coming over there. Just get him.
Enemy is regrouping. Bogeys incoming.
So we got a lot of stuff back here.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, Incinerate. Just casually curve out, away from the target. Owie. They're already de-shielded. Uh-oh, that's a Phantom. Running. I'm toast. I'm so toast. That was actually probably a good thing, otherwise I was about to get sick. I'm gonna jail here. This Atlas is about to stomp me.
Oh,
Yep.
that's another kind of button.
You don't get synced by the Atlas. Oh, is that also a Phantom? Man. Gotta find a happy place here. Because at the moment, I cannot find one. I take it I need to gel here. I'm using a lot of gels, but I get out.
Yeah, I'm not over there at all.
So where are people? Oh, hello. Well, here's this dude. Okay, let's work on the Atlas. That's a friend. Ooh, that's not, though. That is definitely not. Nemesis here somewhere as well.
Hold up. I'm gotta get it. Oh.
Thank you. Oh, you still got shield on. That sounded like Phantom.
Mission accomplished.
Oh no,
Hey,
we're good. Okay.
shit.
Enemy is still active. Stay alert. Enemies approaching.
Copy that.
Okay. Where are they? Here? Yeah. Work it all against you? I'm sure it does. Owie. Oh, don't you dare.
Whoops.
No. No turret!
Yeah.
Nah, let's block them. You safe.
Team member is hurt.
I'm cleaning the line of fire of the turret. This is not the safest place to get me from unless you're at, like, bottom of this little staircase. But, I suppose I'm gonna jail here directly on top of this Phantom. Okay. There we go. Is this Phantom still in here? Okay, now she's down. Oh no, now she's not.
Oh my, that feels so good. Just walking up to a Guardian and just like mid-movement, just popping the Scorpion projectile through the mail slot.
Oh man, that is well done. That's easier said than done.
Oh, it feels so good every time.
So shield swap. Okay, I don't want to be standing here right now. Is that a Phantom right here? Oh no, that's an engineer.
Oh, these turrets, man.
Yeah, they are everywhere. That one should be going down. Should be able to get this guy back. Oh, whoa, hold on.
There's a Phantom.
Yep, that there is. Away she goes, though.
You just get blasted through
That's
the air
so
with like
hilarious.
3 Scorpion projectiles on her body.
It is fantastic. Beautiful sight. A turret here?
Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah, there definitely is.
Hold up. Get him up.
Okay, Atlas down here, is that another turret? Might be both.
I can't see the turret, but
The
I can
turret is
hear it.
down now, I think? I think there's,
Yeah.
yeah, there's an Atlas right on top of me. Okay, there's an Atlas here. Okay, what is left?
One more and it's a wrap.
Last one.
Whoever this is.
It's a Guardian.
Of course it is.
Got him.
Noise.
Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping.
So what is the best way to get around the Guardians here? With the... Is it try to shoot the mail slot, or is there a way you can more easily blast off the
Shoot on the
shield?
sides.
You can go for the mail slot. Usually the easier thing is just trying to get a tiny little peek at the side, because usually as soon
That's
as
what
you
we do now with the Venom. It applies as well. To that.
yeah.
This
Because
Phantom.
as soon as you can get a little peek at the side, usually you can stick a scorpion projectile to them.
Excuse me, Atlas?
Yeah, good call.
Ooh. Atlas did not go down. Also, there was a Phantom right here. So this is unpleasant.
Drone lost connection. Get back to it.
Oh boy.
Also, I totally thought this was the download, not a drone.
Oh come on. There's another Phantom.
Yep.
There she is. Right there.
Alright, I'm still here. Over there.
Oh, that was the most terrifying experience of my life. I had to, basically, I had stuck a scorpion projectile to a phantom, and like she was at low enough health that it was going to kill her, but I was just like, I was at that point where I had to just be like, oh well. I was at the point where I just had to, like, walk through her while she was still up, and just, like, wait for the scorpion projectile to kill her.
Additional power from Omni-tools.
That was terrifying. Ooh.
Got several Phantoms on our flank here. Including that one right there. Make her go boom! There she goes. Oh man. Whole lot of Phantoms.
Find shooting from under below the stairs was super awkward. With this weapon.
Somehow, maybe, possibly hit something? What else? Not hit. Oh, hello, Phantom!
Beat up.
Victor with the clone!
Is that Phantom dead?
There was... Oh, well, I don't know which one you're referring to, but apparently it is.
Okay, cool. That's all that matters. And we've done the rounds. Extraction rounds. I like being on the other side on this map, but too late now.
Here we go.
Oh, hello.
Oh, screw you.
I'm here.
Screw you, Dragoon.
He's not dead.
He's dead now.
Oh, that's Phantom.
Ooh.
What's up?
Couple of phantoms in between the atlases. Phantom coming up on us. Dragoon as
Oh.
well.
Alright. Dragoon down. Atlas. Oh, here's the Phantom. He's close to going down here. This. Another Phantom! CS. Watch out for that Phantom charging in. Down.
Oh.
That sounds like a Phantom.
Oh. Brigade. I'm gonna say Brigade did not stagger.
Okay, 30 seconds.
Dragoon left side LZ should be going down a sec.
Alright, I've got plenty of missiles, so I can blow some things out of here if we're overwhelmed at the end. Cover.
Shuttle has arrived. Area's
Present.
compromised. Get to the LZ team secured. Some good work.
We're good. We're good.
Few missile launches. There's a buzz.
Let's see, I think we have 3 people in at the moment and 1 rando, so in theory, we might be able to get you in. Let's see.
Well, I knew the flamer was going to come out on top clutch.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was a very nice addition for us to happen to come
That's
across
quite fun,
a
actually.
player teammate.
Venom's fun.
Might even be my first time using it. You like 3 minutes? Okay, well, chat, let us know if there's anything you'd like to see for this next one. In the meantime, I will open up hack of the
Oh baby,
Arsenal
pistol
Dragon.
power magnifier 3, getting a little better every day. My SMG got to 5 so fast, my power magnifier for it.
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting on my pistol
Yeah.
one. It's at 3 now.
Really use one as well. Oh, Acolyte upgrade, okay, sure. Still only 6, unfortunately, but that is probably still the weapon that I use more than anything else. And what do you guys think about taking a quick break here and coming back in a little bit? How's that
That's a good
sound?
idea.
Yeah, sure, I could get that to eat.
Let's duck out of this group for just a minute, and Commander PN7, if you want to join in, then that gives you a little bit of time, so no rush in that sense. So let's exit the lobby here. We'll be back in just a few minutes, and chat, that gives you a little bit of time to scheme up. In case you have anything in particular you want to see for this next one, let us know. We'll be back in just a few.